It is the end of a hard-fought season here in Pennsylvania esports, as through 7 weeks of competition, we are down to just 4 teams. 2 sets of semifinals, 1 set of grand finals here in the PNC Innovation Zone at Whitaker Center to determine who will be the final champion of the 2022 PIEA Spring Championship. It is going to be a fantastic set of events, and we are here to bring it to you all. My name is Keel Miles on the mic with Dara, and we're just about ready to get on into it.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I know we have a couple of phenomenal matches coming our way shortly. Now, before we actually do jump into said matches, Kilo, why don't you run us through just the format of what we're going to be seeing today?
Yeah, I will do just that, because we are going to have these teams going head-to-head. Each team will have 5 students representing them going head-to-head in one-on-one matches. Those one-on-ones will be best of 5. And then the first team to win 3 best of 5s will be moving on to our grand finals.
Yeah, so just as a bit of clarification, that means we're going to be seeing a minimum of 3 best of 5s if it's going to be a clean sweep from one of the schools, or if it's going to end up going set 5 in one of the series, we could end up seeing as many as 5 best of 5s in a given set. So really, really important to give your team a super strong lead from the get-go. And of course, as this is a competition, there is some really nice prizes on the line. First place school is going to be winning $1,250. Second place is going to be coming in at $750. So that's a lot of money, especially for the high schoolers. So, high stakes, high competition.
Yeah, and who's actually competing for that money? Well, in our first set of semifinals, we're going to have Avon Grove High School taking on Manheim Township High School. That's going to be a tight matchup, but after that, we're going to have Garnet Valley High School taking on Nazareth Area High School, and I believe both of those teams are undefeated, so all 4 of these teams who have made it this far have definitely strutted their stuff.
Yeah, and honestly, as far as it goes, anybody is capable of being able to take it all here, but for me personally, I'm going to be having Avon Grove High School as my favorite to be able to take it all here, because overall, just as a really surface level look at them, I feel like they have really, really good matchup spread between all of their players. I feel like they'll be able to cover a variety of options and a variety of matchups, and also a couple more niche ones. Seeing a couple of Swargas potentially as well, a couple of Pac-Mans. So, going to be a bit of a vibe check, and it's going to be just testing to see hey, do you know how to be able to conventionally outplay these opponents? And do you know some of these more niche and specific matchups that if you don't really know too much, you might kind of get blown up in a little bit.
Yeah, Avon Grove, definitely a good pick, but as you can see down there, I'm going with Garnet Valley myself. Now, Garnet Valley may not have the same matchup spread, but I have seen their peaks in these weekly highlight videos I've been doing. Garnet Valley has had some amazing showcases from players like James 2, from players like D+. They have shown that they have what it takes to not only get the flashy clips, but get the wins. And that's why they're my pick. But before we get into seeing who exactly is going to be our final champion, we're going to cut to a quick interview with one of our sponsors from tomorrow. We have got Trey Linkins from Sonic Q's, one of the sponsors of VALORANT tomorrow.
Hi there, I'm Trey Likens, and I'm the community manager of Sonic's Esports. The reason Sonic's Esports wanted to be involved with PIEA is we're really trying to give back to the community. Something that we really like that PIEA does is it gives high schoolers a taste of what it's like to be in the esports environment. I think that the Sonics will support esports by continuing to bring it to the East Coast. That's been our goal since the beginning. Working with PIEA is really just the next step in that. Community growth and continuing to, obviously just doing what we do as an esports org, bringing it to a wider audience as much as we can. Sonics are really happy to be working with PIEA. We're very proud of the work that they do, and we hope to give more to it in the future. If you're interested in helping out as well, you should really check out their website, especially if you're a school or if you're connected to someone in the industry. Being a part of it is how this grows. So go check them out.
Thank you very much for that intro, Trey, as we are getting into the first semifinals. It is gonna be Avon Grove High School taking on Mannheim Township High School. Both these teams have fought hard to make it to this top 4, but now they've got to get through this semifinals to get a taste of that prize money.
Yeah, and just as a bit of a rundown, like on the specific format from game to game as well, we will be seeing in descending order chronological seeds going up against one another. So for instance, we're going to be seeing the seed 1 from Avon Grove going up against seed 1 from Mannheim Township, seed 2 up against 2, and so on and so forth. Now, the first match I believe that we will be seeing is going to be Darkblade representing Avon Grove, probably either Roy or Wii Fit Trainer, and we are going to be seeing DYM representing Mannheim Township with the Link.
Yeah, now DYM we did get to see in a couple highlights, and it's those confirms that you got to watch out for. Is oh my gosh, we're already getting into game 1 right now, as we're going to get to see that very matchup we hyped up. It looks like it's going to be Darkblade going out on this Roy, but opting for the Pyra Mithra. That is going to be DYM, as Darkblade immediately avoids that Prominence Revolt.
He's a really solid choice. Phenomenal shield pressure there, already just occupying the stage so quickly, caught with no double jump off stage. As Pyramithra, you live and die by that double jump. So really good pressure, and oh my goodness, these Roy and B&B is so solid. I don't know if that smash attack was intentional, or if it was like a, misbuff or just another jump forward.
Oh, and I love the way that you can see Darkblade is keeping the pressure up, and then they just stop. They just run in shield, completely messing up DYM's timing as they jump right over that photon edge. They haven't taken a single hit yet, Dara. This is looking brutal, but a grab, DYM gets something started.
As soon as you say that, that is when the first hit ends up connecting. Okay, I love the coverage though. Falling up here like that, you might have enough time to be able to get another punish out. Waiting for the forwarder, slightly mistiming it. Up air links, so much damage already, 47% and climbing. You cannot be whiffing those kinds of up Bs. I've got to say, this is already looking like a clinic. Darkblade with so much momentum, such a huge lead, 3-1 stocks, Kilo.
Yeah, they can put on the heat, and then they can turn it down and whiff punish as they jump right over that blazing edge. You can see Darkblade. They see a smash attack. Wow. They go right in for the Executioner's Blade right there. A 3-stock from Darkblade in pretty dominant fashion. The Roy opens up big for Avon Grove High School.
Yeah, and honestly, I really hope that this is not going to be just sort of like foreshadowing the way that the rest of this series is going to be able to go. Darkblade open off super confidently. I feel like the biggest thing was that, DYM in that game number 1 really struggled to be able to actually effectively get Darkblade off of them, right? It was just like a constant barrage of shield pressure, jump-ins, etc. Landing catches as well. Darkblade had a little bit more solid of a punish game overall. They knew all their follow-ups. They had really good option coverage. But then also DYM was getting stuffed out a lot for using up double jumps in maybe not the best places. And
yeah, as there was also very much a sense... Oh, yeah, there was also very much a sense of the fact that you wanted them off of me. DIM is like, I do not want Darkblade on top of me. And I do feel like part of that is your biggest option is not always the best way to get them off of you. And that can feel right at times. But when you're going for those photon edges, when you're going for those prominence revolts, those huge hitboxes, they leave you in a lot of lag. And that is what was giving Darkblade so much of their openings.
Yeah, so hopefully we're going to be jumping into game 2. I just want to see a little bit more patient play, a little bit more movement before actually committing to some of these buttons, and I feel like we'll be in for a completely different game 2. I do want to apologize. It seems like my character prediction was just a little bit off, as they did inevitably go Pyramithra and not Link in that case. But still, Pyramithra, super solid pick. Your win condition against Roy is just going to be how fast can I set up these edge guards? How fast can I actually get Roy off stage? And then Pyramithra, well, especially Mithra in this case, has the phenomenal option of just using the multiple projectiles of up B to successfully edge guard Roy. All you need is just a little bit of a gentle poke. His biggest weakness is that, Roy's recovery is not oftentimes the best. It's a little bit linear, it doesn't travel the furthest, and if you can pinpoint just exactly where they want to be, you can take off stocks at any point you want, so as long as you've already stuffed out a double jump.
Yeah, and I hope we see that coming up from DYM, but we do now need to talk about Darkblade, because just because you're able to find an opening on DYM doesn't mean you're going to get the same follow-up that Darkblade is getting. As you can see, it looks like we may have... just a tiny bit of technical difficulties. I apologize, folks. But that is going to be Darkblade already going up 2-0 in this set. It looks like they tried out the Link, and it's unfortunate that we didn't get to see why, but the reason I think they went that Pyramithra is I feel like Link just gets smothered. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So that means currently, Darkblade is up 2-0. Going up against DYM, all they need is one more game to be able to successfully earn their school a point here, and whoever is able to take 3 points first is going to, of course, be the victor here. Now, from what we saw, the very slight glimpse that we had the privilege of looking at, that was a clean sweep once again, yet another 3-stock. So DYM being #1 seed, I'm just a little bit worried about the school overall, if it can kind of, you know what, shape up to Avon Grove.
Yeah, and I again do harken back. I don't always like to talk about matchups because Darkblade definitely does have just that rushdown capability, and even more than the rushdown, the ability to understand when they can go in for a really hard hit. Like, the second they saw a down smash on the ground, they knew running forward smash. That's going to end them at 80%. That's exactly what you need to do, that awareness from Darkblade to know when you're racking up the damage and when you're looking for the kill.
Yeah, for sure. So we're just going to be waiting for them to lock in their characters. We saw the Link really briefly though. I just think DYM really needs to slow down, and Goy is the kind of a character that you need to have a very solid game plan going up against. You need to give him a lot of room and a lot of space. When you're on a stage as big as PS2, that can actually be quite likely and doable. So you gotta get into that area of effect, get into that bubble, and then dash out, see what kind of whip punishes that you can get. Because look at all of that airspeed. You can just let him jump in for free. Now DYM slowly adapting, but so many hits and disadvantage already. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, just a slightly misspaced Nair, and you can see DYM already forced to the corner. They want to use this Nair as the landing, and it is a safe landing, but not if it's the same landing you're always going for. But DYM is doing a good job of using these get-off-me tools, but Darkblade is just a little bit faster. Darkblade maybe getting a little too optimistic, though. Jab back air, though. Is that going to set up a kill? It looks like it, Dara.
Oh, that's not going to be the neutral B quite yet. You gotta respect Link's up B hitbox. Always a little bit more disjointed than you think it is the last time. But again, I just feel like Darkblade is just able to jump in for free, whiffs the up B, that doesn't matter. But yeah, F smash just a little bit too slow as well. I think an up B out of shield, or honestly an up smash or even an F tilt might have been nice because it could have set up into an advantageous position. Nonetheless, taking a first stock once again, only at 52% dashing and shielding, lands nice and safe, but going to be setting up a tech chase, and I feel like DYM could have committed to the full double hit.
Ooh, DYM was committing to something right there. That up B was a great idea, but Darkblade's spacing was a little bit too much. Gets the falling up air, extends this combo. It's not a true combo, but the string is so potent. It's racking up the damage so fast. That strong hit of forward air, that's 3 stocks to 1, Dara.
Again, I feel like the same issue is coming into play. Darkblade just has such a solid advantage state. DYM is just like getting jumped in all the time here. No double jump off stage. This could be death. I feel like the best option in Darkblade's position, I know the down air is a little bit stylish, but a counter might have been able to do it.
Yeah, especially with going over the edge like this, but at this point, Darkblade, it looks like they want a more stylish finish. They go in for the down tilt, not gonna find it, not quite gonna die to that either. Great DI from Darkblade as they hold this corner, they hold it strong, back throwing DYM. Can they get the finisher right here?
Oh, this could be a really dangerous spot. Once again, off stage with no double jump. Does not find a 2-frame with neutral B, but so little end lag, you can just go for the next immediate option. And I gotta say, Darkblade is just abusing all of the buttons that they have available to them. A really nice jab. I feel like an F tilt would have been the best choice in that position as well, because it would have been able to kill. But yeah, DYM is struggling a little bit.
Yeah, oh, get the parry on the first hit, but that's a multi-hit right there. Another 3 stock, 9 stock right there. You could see DYM was slowly starting to figure that out, but Darkblade in this day, on this time, was just too far ahead, too consistent, too clean in their follow-ups, and that is all they needed to put Avon Grove up over Mannheim Township.
Yeah, so that was, you know, a really confident game for Darkblade. I feel like they just really pushed what Roy was super good at. There was a lot of matchup checks in that, which is like, hey, in a very basic neutral sense, right? What Roy does exceptionally well is that man can jump. because he has phenomenal aim speed. He can get in on you super, super fast. He has menacing buttons that are really, really safe on shield. And really the key to that is, okay, if somebody is going for nothing but falling aerials consistently on you, and you feel like you're getting smothered, that you can't really get a lot of space against them, well, you maybe want to start calling out those jumps. You got to start picking apart where you can actually find the punishes, where you have to respect these kinds of positions, but also just having a solid game plan going into the matchup. Knowing, hey, when it comes to going in neutral, I'm afraid of falling neutral, I'm afraid of dash up down tilt, what are my responses to each? How can I, properly avoid some of these buttons? And then after I've done that, how can I begin to call them out and start punishing them? It feels like DYM did not have a super strong sense of a game plan going into that first set.
Yeah, they definitely understood some aspects. Like, we saw Darkblade leaning pretty heavily on that forward air starting out, and we saw DYM in that last game getting so many punishes out of shield when that forward air was not properly spaced. Because the weak hit, not safe. Strong hit, well, then you're too close to be safe from anything. So DYM was punishing that, but that was only one aspect of this offense that Darkblade was mounting.
Yeah, it was just a lot of pressure, a lot of shield pressure. It was just a lot of damage and just really, really solid follow-ups as well. Getting 3 pieces of foil, that's like 30%, and you have them disadvantage. What's not to like about that? There's also like a lot of really anti-double jumps out of disadvantage. You gotta hold on to your double jump, especially if you're somebody like Link, like PIEA. That's just a vital resource, and you don't want to use it up a little bit too soon. Now,
I'm Jug. I'm captain of the Valorant team.
Hi, I'm Joyboy, and I play Valorant.
I'm Sofa, and I play Valorant.
I'm Bach.
Oh, we're back into it right there. That's a little taste of what you'll be seeing. We've got another Valorant event coming up tomorrow, and we're going to be hearing about that all day. But right now, we're on Smash, and as we were saying, Darkblade, pretty nice. Good opening for Avon Grove.
Yeah. But it seems like we do have another set coming up ahead of us. I believe we will be seeing Nuggy the Pac-Man going up against DMS, the Cloud, and Captain Falcon. So I feel like both of these matchups are pretty good staples for Pac-Man, which is like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go to PS2. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put down a hydrant. I'm gonna charge up bonus food. What are you gonna do? Approach? Absolutely not. So if Nuggy can actually execute that kind of a game plan, that's going to be the win condition. But for the DMS, be it with Cloud or be it with Captain Falcon, the challenge is going to be, how can I actually get in on this? How can I really maximize my advantage state when I do inevitably get in, which is not necessarily the easiest feat.
And maximizing that advantage state is what I am looking forward to. Now, DMS, Dara, I've been doing these highlights all season long, and I have seen DMS quite a bit. They are explosive right here, and that is so crucial when going up against a zoner like Pac-Man, because when you get that one opening, when you finally crack that shell, you have to make it count, and that is exactly what I've seen DMS do many times before.
And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that's a little bit more difficult than people give it credit for. Pac-Man can box. He has fast buttons. He has and unethically so fast buttons as well. He can mash out like there is no tomorrow. What are you gonna do, spike him on trampoline? Absolutely not. There is just a lot of stuff that you gotta be so patient and meticulous against in your gameplay going up against Pac-Man, especially when he's stuck at the ledge. That is one of the nastiest positions to be in the game, because you gotta be like, okay, I have Descending Hydrant, I have Bell simultaneously, and I also have Pac-Man to worry about. How do I actually navigate around this? Well, sometimes the answer is hold on to the ledge a little bit longer, drop down re-grabs are really important, but also drop down double jump Z catches to be able to pick up whatever bonus food and make sure that you have the right timing on it. That can sometimes also help you out. But at the end of the day, that is still Pac-Man's advantage state, that is still his win condition, that is where still you're going to be guessing wrong, and it is inevitable that you will be hit more often than you will be avoiding it.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with that, but looking over to DMS, now they have the Captain Falcon, they have the Cloud. Between the two of those, I think I'm leaning more towards the Cloud. I feel like Cloud's really high airspeed and disjoints enable him to be a sort of moving wall that sort of pushes their way towards these zoners, and I feel like that's why Cloud historically does a little bit better against these zoners.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Captain Falcon is still gonna be Captain Falcon at the end of the day. Some of those hitboxes, not amazing by any means, right? Nothing super absurdly disjointed in that regard, and some of his approaches can be committal. Cloud, on the other hand, basically gives you some of like the freest and safest shield pressure on a silver platter. Falling back here on shield, -2. -2. There is so little that you could actually properly do about that. Not even like Pac-Man neutral out of shield will be able to hit that, because Cloud will just be able to immediately shield that after. So that's just a button that you're gonna have to respect. Even all of Pac-Man's like descending buttons, if you're not too careful, Cloud's up B out of shield is always a menacing tool. So I have to agree with you. I feel like Cloud is gonna be a phenomenal pick to be able to effectively get in on Pac-Man here.
Yeah, and it's going to be very difficult either way, and it all depends on how they're playing this out. Like, what I'm honestly looking for a lot of the time as we're getting into this, I'm also very curious about the Pac-Man punish game. It's going to be very interesting to see as we're getting into this second game now. It's going to be D-Mess taking on his opponent right here, and as we get into it, already off stage.
Already off stage, already stuck at the ledge shoot. Needs to go back on to get back on, but I already love what I'm seeing from D-Mess. Just really solid ledge trapping overall. Now, here comes the biggest vibe check of it all. Are you going to tunnel vision into Hydrant, or are you just going to knock it away? D-Mess already seems to have really solid responses to it. That was a really committal dash, and D-Mess is just kind of all over Pac-Man right now.
Yeah, they certainly are. As look at this, you can see that Nuggy is a little bit stuck on the ledge. They're able to use the side B to get out of corner, but even so, D-Mess is still able to get the punish. And there's that shield pressure you were talking about too. Those forward airs, Nuggy just had to retreat, but with that Galactica from ledge, they're able to get an opening. Now it's even percent Stara.
Galaxian at ledge is every single time you get hit by it, you're like, damn, I fell for this for the 30th time in a row. You know what, if one grab doesn't work, the second one may as well. Key in hand, this is actually a pretty nasty position to be in. Good patience. Okay, gonna be able to get out of the corner. Looking for the raw F smash, dash in, dash out F smash. The Pac-Man classic. And Nuggy was able to find it.
Oh man, and now there are those boxing tools we called out as well. You can see, Nuggy's not even opting to try and zone D-Mess out. They're getting right in there, throwing hands. 45% stacked up with just the A button.
Yeah, Pac-Man has phenomenal low percent routes. Forward, down, neutral, up is galore. You can also get some funny little platform extensions. Phenomenal little bit of a jab block there, almost with the Galaxian. Good damage onto the board. Gonna be mixing up the landing with the Hydrant, and that was an excellent option. F Smash to be able to cover drift in, and both the Hydrant hitbox and the F Smash to catch Pac-Man either landing on top of it or going out. But wow, the Galaxian into the side B. That was so cool.
Yeah, what a good extension right there from Nuggy, as they're already making it look like they're seeking this kill. The bell, it lands, and the final smash, that forward smash, is going to finish off another stock from D-Mess. This one's looking a lot closer than game one.
Yeah, for sure. Already 2-1 stocks right now, and I gotta say, with how confidently D-Mess opened up, I feel like this is still within the realm of doability. They're just kind of all over Nuggy right about now. They're just not able to get in. Nuggy may be fishing a little bit too much for some of these rising forwarders. D-Mess just keeps on playing back, saying, hey, what are you doing pressing buttons in my face? And just is finding whiff punish after whiff punish after whiff punish.
Yeah, and going for these really big options, I like the idea, but it's just Nuggy continuously shielding them. Jumps up with the Nair to try and rack on some more damage, but that time that forward smash extension on the Hydrant is not going to work out. The Galaxian pressure in the corner. Oh, D-Mess weathers the storm throughout it all, and now they do have Nuggy off stage. Edge trapping situation, but you get forward smashed.
Yeah, that was the great idea on the F smash too, but just a little bit too close to the side to actually connect it.
Yeah, as now cross slash going to try and even things out, but for the moment, Nuggy, that's just them delaying things. Offstage goes way high, air dodges to the ledge, but it's still not enough to avoid the down smash. Great tough coverage from D-Mess, but they get back thrown. Another opportunity. You talked about how dangerous this can be.
Wow.
The setup.
That was a funny little angle. I love that. Priming the angle with the back air and then the bell toss as well. That was a lovely setup though. Super practiced, super trained. They can still make it back from this position. Does not find the down air quite yet. Love the patience, and you know what? You can kind of hold shield at ledge against Cloud for free because he will not have any kill throws. That is a big overcommitment. You cannot be whiffing those.
Yeah, it feels like there's some desperation coming out right now. We're not seeing any dash attacks, it's just that forward smash. You can see how much DMS wants this kill. They get the spot dodge, but they still end up getting grabbed because of how long that hitbox lingers. Now, still at 192%. Finally, the stock will evaporate, but 136 right here. One hit could be it for DMS.
Okay, just gonna be backing off once again, just charging up bonus food. All it takes is honestly anything, a back air, or you know, even an up air sometimes if you're like setting up a bit of a juggle. But you know what? Just the water boosted apple. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, just dropping it down straight into that hydrant is enough to finish them off. DMS finished off, and after a kind of slow start from Nuggy, they've really turned up the heat, kept the pressure high, and showed why you can never, ever try and edge guard Pac-Man.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest difference between the two is that ultimately, Nuggy just had the low percent route super solid, whereas I feel like, where I feel like the tag is slipping from my mind for some reason. DMS was maybe more so relying on a lot of whip punishes, which I really liked. We did not see a whole lot of links, a whole lot of change, a whole lot of extensions, whereas all that it took for the Nuggy was like, hey, I landed a forward, I landed a neutral, I have Galaxian at ledge, and that was like 40% and then 80%, and they're just able to really maximize how much juice they're getting out of every single neutral interaction.
Yeah, and I feel like there was definitely a sense of desperation towards the end as well. You're talking about getting the juice out of the neutral interactions. Well, you're not going to get that much juice out of that forward smash. Might look like a blender, but at such a high percent, it is not Cloud's most reliable kill option. But after everything else has failed, I don't blame them for going for that multi-hit to try and finishing it off again and again and again.
Yeah, for sure. And I really love that you bring that up, because in Smash, oftentimes, well, you know what, in any fighting game, you do not need overkill. You want to go for what is actually the safest option in that moment that will still do what you're intending to do. If Pac-Man's that high of a percent, you do not need an F-Smash. There is so little that an F-Smash would do that, say, an F-Tilt on reaction wouldn't do, that a falling back air wouldn't do. I want to see DMS go into Game 2 with a lot more falling back airs, because that move is not okay, and you gotta exploit that, especially at the ledge. You can catch jumps, goals, it's so fast if you whiff it, you're like, hey, I can still continue to pressure you out there. Whereas I feel like DMS just committed a little bit too much to the F smash, was not able to land it, let Nuggy get back onto the stage, and even get a couple of hits for it too.
Yeah, and when Nuggy got those hits, oh man, did they rack up that damage. You talked about those low percent routes, and they were brutal. But what I liked about them is it wasn't always the same thing. Sometimes Nuggy would go for those more fruit combos, but sometimes, especially on that second stock, Nuggy just got in there and varied the pace, going in and playing around Pac-Man's really strong buttons, really strong hitboxes, really fast hitboxes too, as we're getting ready to go into this second game soon enough.
Yeah, we're just going to be waiting for them to jump in, make sure that everybody is ready to go. So once again, guys, thank you for your patience. Seems like we are here and... Well, okay.
Hello?
Double character switch, Olimar and Ganon. Okay.
Well, I can't say I've seen this ever, but hey, it's another matchup we're getting into, and I gotta say, I can't imagine this is too good for Ganon. Like, the strong hits on the ground might be pretty good, as you're able to just batter away those Pikmin almost instantly, but getting in against... ooh, I actually love that. DMS went for it all right there, as they catch the high recovery. DMS up a stock!
Yeah, this is already such a big difference from the last game, and that's sort of like the X factor that Ganondorf can bring you. But at the end of the day, Ganondorf is Ganondorf, especially if you're stuck at the ledge. But phenomenal get-up attack, a little bit of attack chase, F-tilt, finds a down B as well. All of a sudden, Olimar get kill percent, and goes for it all with the up B. Commits a little bit too much to it, but I love the attempt nonetheless.
Yeah, if that had connected, you would have been up a clean 2 stocks, and that's the risk you gotta take. Ganondorf has nothing to lose, literally. You're gonna lose neutral? No, Ganondorf is losing neutral by being on the stage, so by committing to things like that up air, by going off stage like that, you get the chance to maybe, just maybe, finish stocks early. As you can see, DMS is able to get that down to a clean 2 stocks to 1 right now.
Yeah, this might be potentially the first game that MTHS will be able to take for themselves. You really got to make sure that, yeah, your tech timing's on point, and if you're missing techs, it is an intentional mix-up. Goes for the down, especially with white Pikmin. Oh, no.
2 stock right there, and a quick one at that. After how back and forth that initial game was between Cloud and I'm honestly in shock right now, because that is not like a random, oh, I'm done Ganondorf. That is a practice Ganondorf. You see those tech chases? They knew their follow-ups.
Yeah, and I've got to say, more than anything, I was just sort of questioning that Alamo pick a little bit. You won game one, and with a pretty, nice, confident fashion as well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that Alamo switch, maybe not necessarily the best. There's a lot more resources, there's a lot more micromanagement, but the biggest thing with Alamo is your low to mid % damage output as well. If you get yellow Pikmin, up smash on shield, oh my goodness, your combo potential is honestly terrifying, and I just feel like that was something that wasn't really properly abused a little bit too much, whereas you gotta also make sure that you have your tech timings on Ganondorf's side B. You don't want to give him free down tilts, you don't want to give him free F tilts. And yeah, we're gonna be seeing the switch back to the Pac-Man. This is what I would say is the best choice.
Yeah, I agree as well. I feel like Olimar maybe struggled against a strong ground game, immediately you can see this pressure coming in, but I love that DMS holds the line. They hold that shield, they wait for their opening, and then they exit the corner with a brilliant Wizard's Foot. They take the lead, but now here comes the damage.
Yeah, already a down smash. That's a really nasty place to be in. Gonna be looking for the down air, but the side B hitbox is quite generous. No double jump off stage. Does not find the F smash 2 for him. I believe they pressed it a little bit too late. But also, Ganondorf's ledge hang is honestly pretty good, and I'm not sure if the F smash would hit his 2-frame animation.
Yeah, it's actually one of the lowest in the game, and that is a huge advantage when we talked about how powerful Pac-Man's ledge game is. But lingering hitbox with that hydrant right there. Brilliant setup right there from Nuggy as they go for it again, but the get-up attack will smack that forward smash away from the ledge. Yep. You can see DMS using that Wizard's Foot too as a movement tool.
Okay, now with Bell in hand, this is so scary. Really nice jab, though, just able to get Pac-Man out of there. Now, I anticipate a Bell combo in no time, but oh my goodness. Tries to go through the hard lead. Again, you don't have to go through the hard commitments all the time. Sometimes you gotta go through what's just enough, and F-tilt would have been just enough at that point.
Yeah, it certainly would have. They get the tech chase now, and there's that F-tilt. Against Pac-Man, DMS makes a startling upset right here. He stopped that invincibility, but now key in hand. You can see Nuggy just wants to finish this off, and they do so with that forward smash, covering a lot of area with the hydrant too.
Yeah, really good stuff there. They just sort of almost like sandwiched and really did not give DMS too many places to go with that. You gotta tech those. You gotta tech those. Just wait a little bit. You just gotta wait, and I promise you'll be able to get out of that kind of a position. 73% is nothing to sneeze at, especially when you are going up against Ganon. But now, Nuggy gonna be looking for the big Galaxian combo starter. Okay, phenomenal stuff. Tries to go for it all.
And they do actually get it. Oh, wow. I thought maybe, just maybe with that air dodge in, DMS would be able to get there, but those pokes are enough. An immediate jab and a hit stun, though. That instant landing from DMS was so smart. Calls out the landing on the platform, covers it with a forward smash. DMS keeps things even for now.
Yeah, the stocks are even, the percent differential, maybe not a little bit too much. Oh, wow, that was good spacing. That was a good dash in to bait the wizard pick, and then dash out to actually able to find the punish. Now, all of a sudden, going to be looking for another F smash. That down tilt is so much bigger than I thought it was, and up smash is not the best choice. I feel like neutral or up would have done a little bit more for DMS.
Yeah, it certainly could have, as at this point you can see the Bell at ledge. That lingering hitbox caught DMS before, but not a second time. Now they're looking to space this forward. The Wizard Foot movement option again. It batters right through that hydrant. They get the tech chase again. They follow it up. Can they get the third? They pop him up into the air with a dash attack, but can't quite get the follow-up. One hit away, though, and that hit is gonna go over to Nuggy. With that forward smash, cuts off the momentum from DMS.
Do you smell that, Kilo? Smells a little bit fishy. That was a bit of a bait.
Yeah.
That was a bait and a half, and oh my goodness, did Nuggy actually end up getting DMS hook, line, and sinker. That was truly quite the catch of the day, because let me tell you, one of the biggest things that Pac-Man, is that how you would pluralize it? I don't know. One of the biggest things that Pac-Man love doing is, you know, just sort of setting up Hydrant at late percents and waiting for somebody to tunnel vision, because they always literally see red, right? Like a bull attracted to red, you know, the red cape that's dangling in front of the guys, and they're like, ooh, I want to hit that. I want to hit that. And boy oh boy, the DMS hit that. But all that Nuggy needed to do was just wait behind the Hydra and say, hey, why'd you just put yourself in hit lag? Why'd you just put yourself in a little bit of end lag through pressing that button? I'm not touching that Hydrant in the slightest, and was just able to find a big punish off of it. If you want to be knocking away the Hydrant, you gotta make sure that Pac-Man is A, far enough to do it, B, your button is fast enough to do it in a way that you're not giving up too much space. So, Nuggy set it up, DMS fell for it, and was able to take the game and the stock as a result.
Yeah, and intentional or not, there was a little bit of conditioning there as well, in the fact that DMS had gotten away with hitting that Hydrant a lot. They got that opening to begin with by going the Wizard's Foot into the Hydrant, and that set up for a ton of damage on Nuggy earlier on in that set. So I don't blame DMS for trying to do the same thing that got them the edge earlier, but that time Nuggy demonstrated their adaptation, and they were able to finish off that game.
Yeah, at high percent, you just gotta kind of leave that thing alone sometimes. But we will be jumping into game number 3 here. Let's see who DMS is gonna be playing this time around. Okay, they're still gonna be picking their characters, so not quite ready yet.
Yeah, almost. I'll be honest, as good as the Cloud was, I really did like the Cloud. You gotta stick with the momentum. It really does feel like Ganon is like the soul pick for DMS. Like, just the fluidity in that, like, when you've made a character for a while, you can almost play them with your eyes closed. Like, you hit one thing and all of a sudden you know where the tree goes. You can see where all the roots are spreading out to, all the branches, and you know exactly what the follow-ups are. That's what this Ganon feels like. Where the Cloud, you talked about it, even though the neutral was there, it felt like all whiff punish. You didn't see that same fluidity.
Yeah, I will say, I also wish DMS was going for maybe like some more Ganon V&V stuff, you know? Cross-stage down Bs like that, they catch somebody dashing in once or twice. But then we saw the adaptation from Nuggy. We just saw Nuggy sitting there being like, hey, what are you doing pressing all these buttons? And then able to get a massive punish out of it. You gotta know how to abuse neutral aim. Ganon, I'm not gonna lie, does not have amazing buttons. He is Ganondorf and he is a low tier for a reason. But he does have neutral aim. That thing is active and stupidly big and less end lag than people think it does. Now, this is something my friend told to me like once that's always stuck with me. If you're Ganondorf and you feel like you're not getting any hits in, just press neutral it. It does not matter if you whiff it, because people are going to do something in response to that button. Because of like how sort of non-committal that move feels, at times it's almost like you did nothing at all while still being able to force your opponent's hand. I wish I saw a little bit more Ganon neutral. I wish I saw DMS getting in a little bit closer, maybe going through more like down through a neutral links and maybe some late pickups with another down throw, maybe a late hit dash attack, because I feel like it was just a lot of side Bs. Granted, Nuggy didn't know how to tackle or respond to that situation too well, so maybe you can't blame him too much.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did work at times, but I agree that neutral air could be huge, and you talked about how it just forces them to pick an option. We did see from DMS how they had the opportunity to make those whiff punishes count. Like, at low percents, when they were getting fair chain, they just DI'd down, landed, and immediately got that jab out. That's not an option many people would go for, but that would be great. If you throw out that neutral air and then immediately jab, that could be huge. As another character switch? Okay, Nuggy going over to the Sephiroth.
Okay. They won a game and they just went back to a character that we have not seen quite yet. So let's see how this ends up playing out. Okay, now we're seeing the down through neutral into the forward. Already at 51% from just a couple of hits. And that F smash might have been able to do it as well. That was,
Oh, slightly misspaced right there. That is unfortunate right there from Nuggy, as they go for that tech chase. They catch the spot dodge right there. You can see DMS kind of running away with his momentum, Dara.
I don't know about that F throw. I don't really know what the intention was. You typically up throw in that kind of a position, go for like double neutral as well. So yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about this pick right about now, because I've got to say DMS is doing a phenomenal job here, has an amazing lead for themselves. Now you Sephiroth off stage. Oh my god. Oh, that could have been so bad.
Oh my gosh, they try to wait through the counter, but the hitbox at the end of it still ends up catching them, as now you see DMS throttled into the air. Can they get the landing? No, that downer does not quite have enough reach to land against Sephiroth. And that up air, that up smash might be good. Oh my gosh, that forward tilt is actually going to finish off at such a low percent. I tried to type up Nuggy, but DMS 3 stocks to 1 right now.
two stocks to one actually now. But yeah, once again, you really gotta make sure that you're attacking those because you just gotta give them a reason not to immediately buff a F tilt. DMS is just kind of getting away with a whole lot. Phenomenal Scintilla there. Look how much damage that move is able to do. If you're able to Scintilla some of Ganondorf's buttons, you can do just a stupid amount of damage to him sometimes.
Yeah, but now you can see DMS is finding ways around these up smashes, around the up tilts.
No.
They use the super armor, but oh no! It doesn't quite connect. As now towards the center of the stage, we reset this. The F tilt, is that just gonna get them? Yes, it is. That low angle is enough to finish off the stock. A 2-stock right there as we're on game 5. You gotta remember, whoever wins this 5th game between these two will put a point on the board for their team.
Yeah, again, you have no reason to switch off pack. You won game 1, you won game 3 with it. You could just sort of, take that lead for your team for just a little bit longer, but now we're going to be seeing a game 5. I believe we're going to be seeing a switch back to Pac-Man, because that Sephiroth really did it too well, the Alama as well. Again, I feel like with Sephiroth, it's like, ideally, you want to space people out with foiler, you really want to make sure you get up through neutralers, you want to make sure that you're pressuring with side B. I just feel like we didn't see a lot of Sephiroth things that last game.
Yeah, I agree with you right there. A lot of the spaced aerials you know and love, didn't really see them. A lot of the DI traps you see on the throws,
Yep.
You called out that F throw. And Sephiroth, I say it a lot, Sephiroth doesn't really have any combo throws, but he has so many almost combo throws that he can mix you up and get combos. And that's exactly what you can see.
Except up throw. Up throw is it. And then also back throw into back air, I believe. Well, forward throw into back air. Yeah, back throw into back air. Is just a bit of a DI mix-up. Well, he's a down throw. It's one of the two. He has a couple. He has a handful.
Exactly.
Some of them are DI checks, but low percent up throw neutral is one of his main B&Bs that's pretty consistent across the cast. And then you're also able to set up into a bit of a juggle for your opponent. But I've got to say, I don't feel like we're going to be seeing the Sephiroth again. I feel like it's just going to be back to Pac-Man because, once again, if it ain't broke, don't have to fix it too much unless you're going for a little bit of style.
And it's not broke, let's be honest, but it's definitely not undamaged. I mean, that was a last hit, last stock game we saw in game 3 against that Pac-Man. Very, very good chance that DMS is able to finish this off right here. So we're going to see how Nuggy can maybe stymie things before they get out of hand, before you get to those clutch situations where Ganon thrives.
Yeah, let's see how this one starts off already. An immediate F tilt. Okay, side B. Did you see that, Kilo? That was it. That was the tech. The Galaxian extensions, the F smash. This is a completely changed play. Right now, Nuggy is cooking, and DMS is struggling to get them off of him.
Yeah, and you can see DMS, they go for that get-up attack, but they're just punched out. Ooh, trampoline at ledge. Oh, it's mixing them up. They almost get that trip right there. You could see Nuggy was waiting for it, but they still get down and get the grab regardless, but they don't overcommit off ledge. They just wait right there. They throw the Bell the other way and get the F smash to finish them off.
Yeah, oh my goodness, but now no double jump off stage. This is a nasty place to be in. DMS does commit all the way out there. Okay, no immediate punish though. Lands nice and safe on shield. Gonna be fishing for all those big hits and just keeps on giving Nuggy all of these openings to get chip damage after chip damage. You gotta be confident about leads like that, and I don't think DMS had strong enough of a lead to justify that.
Yeah, I agree with you right there. Is that up B out of shield going to punish them a decent bit. Now, ooh, look at this. I'm loving this right now. DMS is putting on the pressure, but they're not able to connect any of these hits. It's just a lot of stage control that they're gaining. That dash check into jab, though, that's some great stuff. They go for the falling nair, but they... Oh, no! That was an incredibly intelligent play right there from Nuggy. They've repositioned the trampoline to prevent DMS from recovering off of it.
Uh-oh, somebody's off stage in a bit of a nasty position again. They didn't land on the trampoline. I have no idea what Nuggy is up to out there, but honestly, nothing good. That's going to be the stage spike, but phenomenal tech. DMS is still not out of it. Anything is possible, but at 68% now, just setting up another tech chase again. You can't keep missing these techs too far. You gotta react to that. You've got to be able to get yourself in a lead position.
Yeah, it's all the things we were calling out Nuggy for. Now DMS is suffering because Nuggy is just staying in control this entire set. Now they just get the grab on top of the hydrant. They get pushed up by the key. They almost get the follow-up. They go for it all right there with the side B straight up. That's gonna be it. Nuggy taking another one home for Avon Grove High School, as through many characters, many adaptations, they will ultimately come out on top over the King of Evil.
about that all, but ultimately proven to be the losses because of just dominant. But I feel like best of all, that was a fun way to close it out. That tech on the side B was just, you know what, it was the beginning of the end for DMS, I feel like, because that was sort of Nugget just being like, hey, figured it out, I got my timings on point, and we saw the ability to textures, the ability to get edge guards. They just played the matchup super well, kept Ganon away from them at all times, so really good stuff to them. That means now AGHS is going to be up 2-0. All that they need is one more best of 5 to be able to advance into the finals. And I believe we have another exciting one ahead of us. I think we will be seeing, TW going up against Big Al.
Yeah, and before we jump into that, though, I just want to talk to you about something. Do you think there's a slight possibility they're going for the proto-Banham technique of switching up characters between every single game so you can never actually adapt? Because that Game 3 Pac-Man, it almost went down to the Ganondorf. Game 5 Pac-Man, that was dominant. It really felt like they just lost that sort of Pac-Man edge that they had.
It's like just sort of like picking up a book, putting it down, and then like waiting another week, and you're like, damn, what actually happened? And you don't even have the time to go back and read some of the pages that you forgot about, because hey, you just got belled into F Smash, and you just gotta hold that GG's, shake my hand. That's a pretty valid thing that you bring up. It just sort of lets you toss away all of your notes, even if you kind of give up some of those games. So definitely feel like it's not. I feel like it's something to be considered for sure.
Yeah, you can't get thrown off your rhythm. You can't get thrown off your rhythm. As now, like you said, we are going to be putting our eyes forward just a little bit towards this next matchup. You called it out. It's going to be TW versus Big Al. It's going to be the Link from Avon Grove taking on one of these bigger bodies from Big Al, most likely the Bowser or the Ridley.
Yeah, so this is gonna be like another one of those like interesting ones, because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie, Link Bowser, Link Ridley, perhaps not the best matchups for either of those heavyweights. Link is just able to land really safely, able to get a lot of combos out. Now the question is if TW actually knows those specific heavyweight routes, because you can push your advantage state super far. I will say this though, slacking on your combo, slacking on your advantage state is critical to not overlook when going up against super heavies, because they are capable of evening up the damage with just a couple of neutral ones. You have the edge in that matchup by having the theoretical optimal prowess to deal those kinds of combos. If you do not have them, suddenly that matchup is no longer as losing. Suddenly they're getting back onto the stage and being able to play neutral with you over and over and over again. So the key for the TW is going to be, okay, can I set up those juggles? Can I land safely with neutral? And if it is going to be Bowser, you got to respect that shield.
Yeah, and it looks like it is going to be that shield. It's a big friendly target, and TW is already playing the spacing game pretty well, but one landing hit from Big Al evens up the damage, just like you said.
Ooh, I like the grab, but then didn't get the turnaround in time. Doesn't find the up air because that's okay. Still fighting an up smash with. Oh my goodness, then. Okay. All of a sudden, we're like 20 seconds into this, already 75% and climbing here. TW is just not able to get too many clean hits. Bomb in hand, not able to apply much shield pressure.
Yeah, and it's getting a little bit dicey right here. You can see playing over this platform. TW giving a lot of respect to these killing hitboxes right here, because one overcommitment, one bad option, and you could just get up smash out of shield. But even just a side B towards center stage could be it right there. That forward smash gonna be a whiff. Is that enough to finish the stock? No, wrong platform for that one. 140% though on TW.
Are we on PS1? I just realized that okay, interesting stuff. Okay, still gonna be fighting the 4-liter edge guard. Really good stuff though. Now this is quite a bit of a lead. Back here out of shield, it may not have been the best choice. I believe had they gone for up B, the hitbox would have been just low enough to interact with and hit past the boomerang. TW needs a clean hit here. They need to set up an edge guard or something. Great catch on the jump in. Bowser no double jump off stage. That's gonna be the bomb stage spike and into the arrow. That was honestly pretty clean. I'm impressed. That was good stuff.
Yeah, 2 words, or really just one, flow chart. That's exactly what we've been seeing from TW when they have Big Al off stage, but it's getting them that is the issue, as Big Al is having some trouble getting out of this disadvantage, getting stuffed out by that incredibly powerful Link Nair, as they can't really get a touch on them, but one touch is all they need.
Oh, this movement from TW. You saw that bit of a feint, the drop down, double jump backwards. All of a sudden, now this is a 2-1 stock lead, only at 53%. I gotta say, TW is coming alive. Look at these follow-ups. Up tilt, trying to set up a juggle here with the back heel. Does not find it, but 31%. Still nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, this has been a perfect bit of gameplay right here from TW. Playing the game at Teep away. Oh my gosh, they use that boomerang to cancel the smash attack into the reversal right there. They go for it again, but an overcommitment off stage is going to lead to a spike, and that's Big Al in the blast zone. TW up 1-0 in this best of 5. Could possibly be the last best of 5 of this first semifinals too.
Perhaps a little bit of spaghetti there, right? Because they're like, hey, I'm gonna jump off. No, I'm gonna jump off. Over and over again until TW was inevitably able to find that kind of a spike. Now, I will say this. That is the lonesome classic. The reverse up B to be able to get back onto the stage like that. Once again, Link's up B horizontal hitbox, deceptively big. I feel like a really big thing when it comes to actually edgeguarding and punishing Link. You have to keep in mind, while Link is doing, his funny little spin, his head is basically wide open. That horizontal hitbox, massive. I am not touching that thing. I'm not going for the 2 frames. I'm not going for, high recovery punishes, nothing. I am jumping over Link and trying to get some sort of a spike, trying to get some sort of a stage spike, just trying to hit his head, or if I have a projectile in that moment, I will try to stuff him out. I would have liked to see maybe some of the neutral B usage on behalf of, a little bit more neutral B from Big Al. And I feel like that could have solved some of those edge guarding, ledge trapping issues.
Yeah, I agree, as we're going into a place where you don't have to worry about those platform follow-ups at all. Maximizing all strengths, minimizing all weaknesses, final destination, and immediately trading back and forth because one hit is enough. But actually, the up B gets canceled right here, but that up B is not going to get canceled. Now TW getting close to that kill percent right there, but they're still keeping Big Al in disadvantage off stage again. The arrow does not connect. Big Al an opportunity to get on stage, but the forward smash will end up catching them.
Okay, gonna be stuck at the ledge once again now. Phenomenal coverage. TW, though, a little bit too late. That could have been an up B out of shield in response to the F tilt. That was not safe enough. And that should be the down B kill. Yes, it will be. That was such a good choice because it covers neutral, get up into shield. It covers jumps as well. But gonna be quickly cleaning up that stock, evening it up. Now both at 0.
Yeah, it's so hard to hold on to a lead on Final Destination. They come off that platform and they're swinging right away. There's nowhere to hide. As you can see, they're already scrapping at these low percents. I love that. Instead of overcommitting, you see Big Al use that neutral B, use that spacing tool. These up Bs out of shield are punishing every unsafe option. Don't let TW get away with anything for free. That's what Big Al's thinking.
Yeah, TW kind of maybe got away with that up B a little bit, but that's okay. Now going to be setting up into jungle, looking for the mix-up of a century. Wow.
Oh yeah, that shield pressure, it's nothing that Big Al has attempted before. TW was not ready, and now TW is trying to make up this deficit, but an early commitment on a forward smash, trying to call out a neutral air dodge, that's not gonna work, and caught in the neutral B, suddenly you're at kill percent at ledge. They grab the ledge with that down B, neutral air off of the ledge too. This damage just keeps racking up. They go for the forward smash again. TW says, no, you're not gonna catch me with that twice in one match.
That was such a good back away. The boomerang into the F smash, though, unfortunately not enough to be able to kill. Double arrow into the down air. I am so sad that didn't spike, and up B didn't work at the worst possible moment. Bowser fell out of it. That was just tragedy, but finally the up smash is going to be able to kill. I will say that was once again another clean sequence. I am consistently impressed by TW.
Yeah, but they need to keep this clean without making any mistakes this entire time, and that's so hard to do on Final Destination. They use that bomb to get Big Al away from the ledges. Now TW faced with the struggle of how to land. They use the bomb for a mix-up right there, but the neutral air calls them out. That down air, though, does open things up. Big Al, they're in the position where they could get put off stage. If TW gets them off stage, this could be big, but the shield break right there, and that is gonna be it. The claw will send them off stage. 1-1 in this best of 5 right now after that.
Somebody gotta vibe check the little teeny tiny bit at that moment, right? If you're like sitting there at shield, you gotta make sure that you get out of there because that is such a nasty place to be in. Now, Let's talk a little bit about that game. Let's talk a little bit about what happened. Although I feel like TW had a couple of really nice strings, quite enjoyed some of those. Some of them were pretty cute, if I dare say so myself. I feel like the biggest thing was that we saw just a difference in approach. We saw a lot more dashbacks. You know, and I feel like those dashbacks from Big Al actually helped a whole bunch. We saw them successfully avoid a lot of Link's jump-ins. We saw them dash back like Fire Breath a couple of times, which was just able to get so much damage in, and their juggles were honestly so on point. Their out of shield was on point. When Bowser is shield camping you, that is so difficult to actually get in on him, because it is difficult to commit to a grab in time. And guess what, we're just getting into it.
Yeah, TW taking us back to Final Destination, which is pretty interesting. I felt like they were getting the short end of the stick with the lack of movement options. It felt like Big Al, as you can see here, is abusing the lack of platforms to much greater effectiveness.
Yeah, for sure, but gonna be landing with downhill once again. This is the issue with Final Destination. Sometimes, especially if you're Link, you don't have a lot of air speed, you don't have a lot of landing mix-ups, but you do have recovery mix-ups, like in the form of that up B. Now, you have to find a way to be able to cleanly get in. Have to go for a bit of stage control. Tries to go for the immediate down air wave bounce arrow. I don't know what TW is doing, but it is doing the job.
It's pretty, that's for sure, but it doesn't quite find the kill.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Big Al going very
no.
deep off stage. That's a clean trade right there. Can they make it back? No jump, no way back to stage, as that's going to be an even 2 stocks right here for each player, but those up Bs making TWs deteriorate a bit.
Oh no, oh my gosh, that was so scary. Luckily, that was not the sweet spot for TW. Gonna be starting a bit of an up tilt juggle. Really nice jump call out. Up smash for a bit of coverage as well. The percents are extremely even at this point. And I've got to say, TW is doing a phenomenal job of just zoning Big Al, keeping him out, getting a lot of pokes in. Gets the 2 hits of F smash. That is some big damage.
Certainly is, but that bomb not going to connect. Down air does start the reversal at ledge, but can't quite finish it right there, as they will be finished off with that down air now. Big Al trying to hold onto this lead as best they can. Big Al, you got to remember, is the last chance of Mannheim Township to stay in this series.
I gotta say, those soft arrows are everything for TW. They just keep on finding their mark. Big Al, though, not able to up B in time. That will be the end of their stock. And now, all of a sudden, this is a very even game that we have in front of us. I will say, Big Al is always the one with the momentum first, always the one able to take stocks out first. I wonder if TW can change that.
Yeah, as you can see, that big amount of hit stun on that boomerang is being really difficult to deal with. It just keeps popping Big Al up again and again. They can't get in. They're out of the range where Flame Breath could do anything but one little hit right there. No, the falling Nair will actually get TW to the ground.
Oh, Link's neutrally, one of the most overtuned moves in the game, and there it is again. What are you doing trying to 2-frame Link? That is his reverse potential, and that is his... You know, that's his game shark in that moment. He is able to make it back from the most perilous of positions, from the nastiest places. If you just get a little bit too caught in the sauce, you got to be always cognizant of that option. Now, what you can do is be like, hey, okay, I feel like they're going to do this. How can I actually effectively bait them to go for a reverse upbeat and then get a whiff punish on it? Because if they whiff it, they'll have so much dead time in disguise that you could just get a free forward, a free F tilt, etc. Well, you can threaten with your movement. Think about how you're actually getting there to F-tilt. Are you dashing in? Are you jumping in and then back out? Go for empty movement and then just hold shield. Because worst case scenario, they make it back onto the ledge and then you're ledge trapping them. Best case, you bait that up B, you're able to get a punish and you might even be able to get a kill for it as well. I would like to see that from Big Al going into game number 4.
And I feel like in this game, Bowser's empty movement is better than it's ever been. With that universal 3-frame jump squat, Bowser's short hop is just so threatening every single time, shaking the entire stage every time you go for it, and yet still the same speed as most other characters. It's so brutal to try and deal with. Now, the thing that I want to talk about is, did they even have an opportunity to use that empty movement when the boomerang, the arrow, was always covering the ground? It felt like if they did, they felt themselves a little too much, then they were just getting smacked.
You gotta pick you gotta you engage the okay, if they go for up thrown boomerang at this point, can I jump over this? Can I dash undo this? It's complicated. You have to do so many like mathematical calculations on the spot.
Yeah, you certainly do, and it's Really difficult. I feel like, again, maybe the platforms might be the call. Maybe because they just won on your counter pick. TW took you back to Final Destination. They both they're FD enjoyers. That's all they want to do. They love the fact that if they're in advantage, they're staying in advantage. If they're in disadvantage, well,
oh my gosh,
sucks to be you. As you can
Double
see, TW gets
back
the
air.
extension with the back airs, goes all the way deep with that up B. Is that enough to kill though? No, Big Al survives.
I mean, I like it. I thought it was cool, you know, so that's something. Okay, gonna be fighting the up throw. Gonna be looking for an up throw. Forwarder would connect at that point. You just have to do buffered full hop into the forwarder, and that's all that it's gonna take to be able to, you know, get you B and B. And so, you know, gotta make sure that you adjust to that. Now TW, once again, unsafely hitting Big Al's shield. This is not the way that TW thought this game was going to go mid-combo, but if I'm Big Al, I'm not upset at all.
Yeah, it feels like TW is great with these movement baits. I mean, Nair into immediate rollback is catching them. Up smash at ledge. That lingering hitbox will also catch Big Al as TW just goes for a bomb and raid. They use that back air as the opening. That back air is such a good starter.
Yeah, okay, looks for the boomerang. Dash back, boomerang. Not going to be able to find it quite yet. Sitting in shield, going to be looking for the next option. Does not find that back heel either. Big Al is just trying to find all these landings, trying to find these openings. Able to get one, but then the dash attack. Maybe Bowser's not best button, but up smash is a quite menacing one at that. Able to armor through whatever TW was pressing, and able to get a kill. Menacing stuff.
Yeah, as now you can see falling back on these bread and butters to rack up damage. Big Al gets the Nair, tries to go for an up smash read right there, and honestly, I don't blame them for that at all at this point in the match. You have the lead, but here comes that edge guard we've seen before. Can TW keep this clean edge guard that we've seen? Overcommits with the up B right there, and that puts them in disadvantage. Is that one overcommitment going to be enough? The bomb recovery, the first time we've seen it, puts them in position to get an F smash.
And I gotta say, this is still doable for the TW. All you need is one good edge guard. But how do you actually get off the ledge? You gotta stop landing with a button. Just empty land shield. Empty land shield. Worst case, you get side B. But that's gonna be another down B. But that was only the spike grounded hitbox. So that one is not gonna be able to KO.
Yeah, extension right there. There's this edge guard right here. They go for it all with that down air. Now you can't even make it back. TW is sent to the depths, and now we're on a game 5 in this best of 5. If Big Al wins this, it's going to put a point on the board for Mannheim Township, and Avon Grove is going to have to win another one. But if Avon Grove wins, then they are stamping their ticket to a guaranteed slice of the prize pool pie and a seat at the finals.
I got one word for you. Commitment. And a little bit too much of it. That first stock, you had that lead. You had that phenomenal string. All you had to do was just get back onto the stage, you know, then set up your ledge trap, set up your ledge guard. It could be so fun. It could be fine and dandy. And then you lose your stock at 0. And your opponent's at 80. So all of a sudden you become a deficit. And that last stock, going all the way out there for your down air like that, you're not going to be able to get too much out of it. The best that you can get is maybe that soft spike. I think even like the regular pop-up hitbox of it would be unsafe on hit on Bowser at that point, and they could just immediately up B. If TW commits a little bit less this game, I feel like Big Al's going to be in trouble. But Big Al definitely has something to exploit.
Yeah, return hitbox from the boomerang, though, does put TW in a great position. They catch that tech with the arrow as well. This is looking like that lack of commitment that you're talking about. TW is playing this range game. They're playing it well. And Big Al, they're just looking for a starter. You can see that fallen Nair dropping down from the sky. You know what they want.
Oh, somebody has no double jump off stage. Gonna be hit with the arrow. That's gonna be the bomb, and this could be the stock because they have no double jump. But the hitbox actually gonna be interacting with the bomb in time. And oh my god, TW, what is going on?
Yeah, this is clean right here, as TW does get caught by the up at a shield, but their gameplay has been so much better at baiting Big Al into overcommitments like that. They can't get a punish on that, but that boomerang, that's the only opening the TW needs to get things started. Can they get more? Calls out the jump with the Nair, just going for
Big
a
Al
nice,
needs to slow this
consistent ledge
down.
trap.
Big Al just needs to slow this down. They keep on jumping in the same exact way. They're getting caught on all these preemptive options. They need to stop moving at some point. But you know what? That's one of the moments that you can't get caught slipping on your up B at that point, because that super armor of down smash is going to be able to get you out of that kind of a predicament. Okay, dropping the shield too soon. Yep.
Oh, that's unfortunate right there, as now that forward smash, a little optimistic from TW right there, as now Big Al uses that one tiny opening to start getting this lead. Just goes for the roll neutral B. Both players trying to space things out. Bomb drops down from above, but the parry gives Big Al the opportunity to go for an aggressive up B right there.
Okay, just keeps on baiting these bomb grabs. Big Al gonna be whiffing an up B like that. Now the thing is, up B is one of the least safe moves to whiff in this entire game. You might have enough time to actually drop shield and F smash as Link in that moment, which I don't even get to often say at all. Now you're gonna be stuck in a bit of a tech chase. Using the own bomb? Wow.
Ooh. Little bit of a pogo jump right there, though, as now 57%. Big Al, this is where it could all end. TW, if they don't overcommit here, if they just keep racking up the damage until they get this kill, forward smash almost does it. Air dodge in just barely saves them. Calling out the high recovery, though,
Wow,
as you go
it.
off stage with that up B. That is gonna be it. TW gets that Game 5 victory, gets the 3-0 for Avon Grove High School, and Avon Grove is gonna be going to the finals of the PIEA 2022 Spring Championship.
Well, yeah, that was definitely something. Congratulations to, of course, Avon Grove High School. That means they will be moving on after a clean 3-0 over Manheim Township. That last set was especially close. But I've got to say, at the end of the day, Dark Flame, just absolutely dominant. BBG, the Pac-Man, so solid. And this Link, the last game, what I feel like TW did really well in this regard was they just kept on catching all of these buffered ledge options from Big Al. We saw immediate neutral get up, immediate jump, immediate roll in as soon as clinging onto the ledge. You have to understand, Smash is not just a game of space, but it is also one of time, and you have to make sure that you have both space mix-ups and timing mix-ups, because what was happening is, when it comes to ledge trapping, you have two approaches: reactive ledge trapping and preemptive ledge trapping. Preemptive ledge trapping is able to call out jumps and sometimes neutral get-ups. Reactive ledge trapping offline is going to be able to cover neutral get-ups, get-up attacks, and rolls back on. If you're consistently buffering the same jump over and over, even though it is impossible to react to, all that TW was doing in that moment was pressing a neutral A preemptively, pressing an up smash preemptively, always having a boomerang active. I would have just liked to see Big Al wait a little bit more, wait for that jump, maybe even get a bit of a punish on TW. And that would have helped them out in terms of getting back onto the stage.
Yeah, it certainly would have, but ultimately, like you said, that preemptive action from TW was enough to get that Game 5 victory, to get that 3-0 for Avon Grove, and as you can see right here on the bracket, that means they are sitting pretty in the finals. And now, on the other side of the bracket, you can see Garnet Valley High School getting ready to take on Nazareth Area High School in the second part of this semifinals. That is going to be a good one right there. Both these teams, to the best of my knowledge, undefeated right now, and it's going to be very close between the two. So be sure to stick around. I believe we're going to go to a quick break, and when we return, we're going to be getting ready to go into the second half of these semifinals. The PIEA championships are proudly presented by the United States Navy and the PNC Innovation Zone at Whitaker Center. Both these sponsors have helped us put on an amazing show. And the Navy Goats earlier this week actually helped us put on another great show right here in Philadelphia. The Navy Goats put on this Philadelphia tournament down at localhost, and as you can see from this great picture, a lot of fun was had, a lot of great games were played, all in person, all sponsored by the Goats. It has been a fantastic little bit of luck working with them, and we hope to do so again. The US Goats at localhost, an amazing event with Valorant earlier this week. As now we're on this event in this bracket, and well, that 3-0 was looking very good.
Yeah, we will now be seeing Garnet Valley High School going up against Nazareth Area High School. But as just a quick little recap of what we saw, I believe AGHS or Avon Grove High School took it pretty confidently, not only 3-0 in the best of fives that they took, but also in the individual games and sets that we saw between the players. They have quite the roster ahead of them. They have quite a formidable opponent, be it GVHS or NAHS, but we will soon be jumping into the next edition of the semifinals before we jump into, of course, finals. I believe the first two players that we will be seeing are going to be V+ going up against ANK.
Yeah, V+ from Garnet Valley High School taking on ANK's, or Nazareth Area's ANK. And, well, this is going to be an interesting one. V+ has gotten a lot of nice clips throughout the entirety of this season. And more than that, Garnet Valley has gone up against many of these teams. And I think Garnet Valley in the past actually took one over Avon Grove. And so they, in my eyes, that's why I picked them as my number one. They have a very strong argument right here, but Nazareth Area also undefeated.
Yeah, for sure. So it's going to be a really exciting one ahead of us. Now, the first two players that we will be just V+, the Clippable 2 going up against ANK. Now, just basic matchup wise, I feel like Mewtwo is really truly an enigma in Smash in many ways, right? Because in a lot of senses, it's like, well, he really shouldn't be succeeding in neutral. He might be really fast, but he is big. He's a really big hitbox. Sometimes he really does struggle to get out of this advantage. But wow, that is one explosive character. Going up against either Pyramithra, Byleth, or Joker, though, the three characters that ANK put down that they did indeed play, is going to be a bit of a challenge. How do you actually get in on these guys, which are so good at keeping people away, so good at abusing all of the disjoints, and all of them with phenomenal combo potential? Well, with V+, you gotta make sure that you can probe effectively with all of your neutral bees, all of your shadow balls.
Yeah, looking for those soft hit shadow balls, getting those little pokes is going to be so crucial right here as ANK goes in swinging. They're on the Pyramithra, on the Aegis right here, and they're trying to close this distance, but control of the ground gets V+ their first opening, but not before that parry opens things up for ANK.
Wow. I love what I'm seeing from ANK. Look at his pressure. Look at his up tilts as well. This is honestly some really good pyro stuff. Phenomenal, like tracking and juggling as well. This is already, I can tell, shaping up to be quite a competitive set here. Now, I love the down tilt as well. A little bit of soft pressure, because if it's just going to hit shield, you reset the situation. If you actually get the down tilt, that might be able to combo into a forward.
Yeah, just might, but not quite yet. As you can see, V+ struggling a little bit to get these openings, but they're not overcommitting. Playing around these platforms, great bait, sliding off the platform with that Shadow Ball. Give V+ the opening, as now they have Pyramithra at ledge, knowing that you can just smack that Photon Edge away. Don't even have to worry about it, as V+ takes an early lead.
ANK could have made that back. They could have made it back with just like a drift and up B, but then they just really didn't press a button in that position. But now, once again, Mewtwo stuck in the corner against Pyra. This is a nasty place to be in. Amazing out of shield punish after for a bit of stage control. Okay, I gotta say, V+ has their conditioning on point. They already know what they're like using Shadow Ball for. They're able to bait a lot of jumps out of it. I can't wait to see all the jump callouts.
Yeah, it's been great so far, just controlling this ground game. They throw the Shadow Ball onto the ground, and then they know that they're forcing ANK into the sky. Now, it's V+ who has to get out of the sky. They get up right into that Blazing Edge, eating a lot of damage right here, as V+ is struggling to get out of disadvantage right now.
Yeah, damage is damage, 153%. Anything from PIEA will be able to kill at this point. Back air, neutral air, up air, forward air, jab, F-tilt. Anything will surely be able to do it, but the question is, can you actually connect any of those moves? Well, there it is. That's going to be the jump call-out to take it.
And here's abusing that disjoints that you were talking about, how Mewtwo can just be a glutton for punishment. As at this point, these constant up tilts, it might as well be a multi-hit with how hard it is for V+ to deal with it, as ANK playing around these platforms, not falling into a lot of the conditioning we saw on Stock 1. A lot of these traps not working out. Down tilt Nair does not connect either.
Really nice platforming pressure coup. That extended dash in was so important. Mewtwo's hitbox is massive when he dashes back. You have to overcompensate with the distance to keep yourself safe to actually get those landing catches. I gotta say, V+ is playing confidently right now. Not able to get the punish on the jump that time. I feel like V+ could really be committing more to these jump callouts. That's all that ANK is doing to get past these Shadow Balls.
I certainly agree with you right there. As look at this. Ooh, off of that top platform, you can see V+ is playing a little bit saucy, but they're not able to quite get a lot of follow-ups right there. A lot of these tech chases not going V+'s way, as ANK holds onto this stock, but one good opening, one good hit right there is all V+ needs to get a lead.
Yeah, back here, more than enough to be able to do. Right now, V+, I gotta say, they are kind of moving. They're just schmixing a little bit. Able to get the Shadow Ball, another platform tech chase. Not able to find any of these back hills, but I respect the attempt nonetheless. Gets passed up the side B, and there it is, finally that jump call out. I feel like that's the beginning of the end. Jab into grab mix-ups as well. I wish I saw a little bit more confusion tech chasing from V+ to be able to catch those shields.
And sticking to Pyro right here, does not quite get the confirm though. That is not enough as ANK tries to get this ledge trapping right here.
Oh, that's
the Nair's got to be enough, and you don't even need a tech chase. Just raw confusion from ledge into the up smash is enough for V+ to get a point on the board in the best of 5 right here, opening this up.
That was just an amazing off-ledge mix-up there. V+ just started playing so confidently towards the end. I still feel like this is a super doable set for the ANK. But I think ultimately V+, really solid punish game, maybe a little bit more solid edge guarding, had really good ledge options, and then just slightly dropping the advantage state a couple of times. It really let ANK get back down. ANK did struggle to get a kill. And I feel like that is one big issue with Pyramid, which is like, okay, you have all of these buttons that do indeed kill. Well, what if you just shield kill? What if you're always outside of that kind of space? V+ was exploiting that. ANK was not able to find anything that would kill, and Mewtwo was like living a lot later than he should have at some points. So you gotta go for more F tilts, you gotta go for more down tilts, you gotta apply pressure to V+ shield, because they just kind of got off the corner quite often.
Yeah, and speaking of pressure, when they were in those high-pressure scramble situations, we didn't quite see that sort of clean game plan we saw in the initial stages of that match. Like, early on, they were playing a great Mythra game plan, not overcommitting, getting around a lot of these grounded Shadow Ball options, but towards the end, we just saw some, like, Pyra Nair at ledge, looking to maybe just catch them with a Blazing End, hoping that V+ messes up, and that was not happening.
That we will actually be seeing the switch to the Violet, so yeah, definitely do not mind this at all. I'm curious to see how it's going to be able to play out here, but the thing is this, ultimately, your Shadow Ball probing is going to be basically the same throughout all of the characters, no matter what the character switch is going to be. Player habits and player habits. You see ANK immediately just going through jump after jump after jump, was able to get the out of shield punish, 75 and climbing, going all the way off stage. V+ right now is just looking so confident, so much momentum behind them. Wow.
Yeah, and they're threatening such a powerful option with that fully charged Shadow Ball, but never overcommitting. ANK now just goes for an extension with that up B, can't find it. Ledge trapping option right here. Whiffs the down tilt, though, and that gives V+ an opportunity to run right back to center stage, throw out the Shadow Ball, and is that one little tap enough? No, ANK still had their jump. They're going to make it back to stage for now.
Yeah, Byleth up B is still going to be Byleth up B at the end of the day. So now, 119%. You just need a well-placed sweet spot F tilt, or maybe a down throw into... I don't know if that neutral was intentional, but hey, you know what? You set up a tech chase, you got the dash attack, you got the kill, so who am I to judge? But now, all of a sudden, this is a massive lead for the V+. A sweet spot for it, or the typical F smash from A and K will be able to, like, flip the tides. You just gotta bait out a whiffed option from V+.
Yeah, you do, as oof, that jab at ledge gonna put them in an uncomfortable situation. The slide off with the up B. V+ was moving right there, but ANK with that consistent tether recovery is able to get back to center stage. Now, they do get caught by that jab pressure again. Even percents right here, even though there's a stock deficit. This is not looking good for ANK right
That's
here.
the lead of a century!
Oh.
What are you doing? Pressing neutral air dodge out of the combo throw? Absolutely not, V+. That was a phenomenal punish. That was such a solid lead. Now, all of a sudden, this is 3 stocks to 1 kilo. This is a phenomenal lead. Look at all of this momentum. Just applying all of this pressure. ANK cannot land. What is going on? They're getting schmexed, cooked, chefed.
Oh my gosh, and the little scoop with the down tilt as well. V+ goes for it all off stage with that nair, but that overcommitment is going to let ANK back on stage for another attempt. They're calling out these crazy options, though. Going up high with a forward air, you can feel the desperation right here. ANK just wants one hit, and they finally get it with that back air.
Oh, V+, we're now just going to be looking for a little something. I love all this Shadow Ball usage, just always releasing it and jumping away at some of the safest times that I've actually seen in a minute. Going to be looking for that down smash, not going to be able to actually find it. Drag down neutrally, up tilt, love these juggles from ANK coming alive, but the question is, Kilo, is it a little bit too late?
Oh, yeah, it might just be, Darez. They're gonna get that clean confirm with that forward air, and that is going to be that right here. One more win from V+, and it'll be Garnet Valley taking an early lead over Nazareth area. And after that second game, it's feeling like the reverse sweep is almost impossible with how clean that was.
Yeah, so I feel like the biggest thing to keep in mind was that down throw forward was super calculated. I'm 99% sure that's like a true combo, or at least a DI check at that point, but consider this, the last time that down throw situation transpired, what? Well, we saw V+ sit there, wait, twiddle their thumbs for a second, see the neutral air dodge, jump out there and find the spike. This time around, if I got spiked like that, I'm not air dodging again. So, we saw the mix-up from V+, we saw them actually end up going for the forward air at that point, and then as a result, be able to successfully find a kill off of it. Being able to mix those kinds of things up, being able to navigate your 50-50s, that was just honestly,
yeah, and that is why it feels so oppressive to play against these high-level players, because, well, fool me once, shame on you is not even applicable. You need to get fooled and then think about how you're gonna get fooled 3 times in a row and then make that adaptation. Because if you're making the right adaptation every single time, then they're just going to stay one step ahead of you. They're going to be in your head.
Yeah, but now we are going to be going to game number 3 here. Okay, like the bit of a stage mix-up, I'm curious how Northern Cameron is going to end up applying, but already really good Mithra BNBs, 26%, but then giving up stage. I don't like that idea. You, Mythico, you got Mewtwo at the ledge, down tilt, shield, neutral, that's what I want to see, not backing off. And if you're always backing off, you're going to let V+ get back to center stage.
Yeah, and V+, we've seen what they can do with that stage control, as trying to use this FD style of stage. The side platform tries to go for an extension off of it, but no, that weak hit Shadow Ball is enough to get a grab. Even more damage. Goes over to the Pyro right here, tries to land with this down air. That's going to be a kill if it lands, maybe. But with this extension, things are evened up for V+.
I don't know what the intention was behind the up tilt. I feel like it's like even an F tilt or grab or anything would have been better at that point. Back kill is not going to be able to kill, but the reverse back kill. Uh-oh, somebody's almost a goner, but actually the mid-charge Shadow Ball not going to be able to connect at that point. That definitely will, though. Really good stuff to V+, able to make a bit of a comeback and even up this game.
Yeah, and with an even 2 stock to stock right here. You can see that tech chase is enough to start racking up the damage. Gets that falling up air as well. ANK, though, not looking to be deterred. They try to land, but that's not safe on hit. And that means it's going to be V+ continuing this advantage. It goes right on out with that forward air, and that's a clean 2-stock lead right here.
that stock was nothing but advantage here. Now, I want to say, I wish A&K was going for a little bit more double jumps out of like some of these combos, out of some of these throws, because they just keep on neutral air dodging. They keep on getting hit with whatever V Plus got cooking up. Okay, couple of back air strings there, able to get a good amount of damage onto the board, keeping V Plus away. Ooh, no double jump. Landing now is going to be a bit tricky, but good coverage. A&K is coming alive.
Yeah, and oh, a little bit of a misinput right there, bouncing off the stage, and that does mean we're on last stock, and we've seen how fast this Mythra can rack up percents. Goes straight over to the Pyro, though, for the ledge trap and catching them in the switch. That means that A&K, with the foresight, is able to get through, pull through, goes over to the Pyro as soon as they see V Plus on the side of the stage. But as soon as the Pyro comes out, that is V Plus's go-kart to start applying even more pressure. Oh no, is that enough? They're able to get back.
Yeah, Mewtwo double jump big, and that's always important to keep in mind. V Plus needs a way to be able to get another big hit here, but I gotta say, this is still so doable for A&K. The percents are all but even. An F tilt, an F smash, anything would kill at this point, especially when you got all of that extra damage from side B. V Plus, you gotta be patient getting out of the corner, and that is what Mewtwo struggles at most.
Yeah, they do. As down air is not going to be enough. They're able to get through it for now. Landing there, though, and that down air is going to connect. It's a 2-1 scoreline after that one, as A&K, by the skin of their teeth, is barely able to touch that out.
Wow, okay. You know what? There was a point there where I was like, hey, you know what I wish we saw a little bit more from A&K? Some double jumps out of disadvantage. And you know what we saw at that last point? A double jump out of disadvantage. We saw V Plus sit there and hard commit still to this idea that they're going to keep on consistently neutral air dodging out of disadvantage. They went for the F smash as a bit of a preemptive last ditch effort, as a bit of a gambit. Well, A&K jumped out, landed back down, and said, whoa. What are you doing? Whiffing all of those buttons, and was able to get the kill and win a game as a result. So that last mix-up, when it mattered most, was honestly beautiful. So I feel like we still have another exciting, lively, and unpredictable set ahead of us, Kilo.
Yeah, I agree, and I feel like Pyro Mythra is just the character that you need to get those unpredictable mix-ups, because you called it out earlier. You get to a certain point, and suddenly all of your aerials will kill, and that means you tunnel vision a little bit. You don't pressure the shield as well. Well, we're seeing these mix-ups come out as needed. So, if they're able to continue that trend, then A&K might just be able to use these continued mix-ups to get us all the way to a Game 5 and then a victory. As you can see, this up-tilt pressure is already coming out.
Now, I wish we saw like a little bit more grabs from V Plus here, because, you know, A&K is getting away with a lot of shields, dropping the shield a little bit too early in response to that multi-jab, though. Okay, gonna be trying to find a jump in, down tilt forward in, a little bit of a platform tech chase. Okay, V Plus just gonna be looking for this next big in, and I gotta say, neutral against fast followers, you're just able to set up tech chase after tech chase after tech chase.
Yeah, you are, as that landing there, ooh, does get them at a disadvantage, but over to the Pyra. Pyra at ledge is so hard to get off of, just jumps up, goes for the down air, but you can see already, with the use of these platforms, V Plus already feels so much more fluid in the way they pressure. Oh, can't quite get that down air up smash, unfortunate.
Oh, that should be the kill. Yes, it will be. That up B, not my favorite. You know, it's a last-ditch effort. It's not going to even be able to kill at that point unless they're like at 90% or above. So now all of a sudden you're stock down. Uh-oh, that neutral air, though, really good angle for A&K. Had that been the other side of Mewtwo, that could have been a kill.
Yeah, it could have been. Goes down with that. Ooh, but even with that Pyronado, they can't quite get on through. Now this pressure at ledge. We saw V Plus have trouble getting around the blazing edge before, but that is a great spot dodge immediately after eating that Shadow Ball.
Yeah, that's Shadow Ball a little bit too soft. You would need a medium or a small medium one to actually be able to get that grab confirmed in that moment. Tries to get the dash attack, not going to be able to get it. How is V Plus going to be able to land here? The answer is, they do not, and they simply die instead. Really good stuff from A&K. I think they might have gone for like an up B cancel, but Mewtwo's up B cancels, in relation to like Zelda and Palutena, the most difficult to execute in the cast.
Yeah, they certainly are, as now an edge trapping situation. We've seen that Shadow Ball hit that Photon edge before, but we're not going to see it this time as these little taps from Myth are already racking up the percent, but called out right there with a full jump over that blazing edge. Now at the stage, can they get off the ledge? They spot dodge through the second attack, and now it's ANK with that decision making all the way to the other side, and then a little too far to the other side.
Yeah, somebody dash attacks on you, shield, you can punish them with whatever you want. Back tilt, I got you. Any single day of the week, but doesn't find the down tilt. Still fast enough to be able to pop out a jab. You once again, PIEA is stuck at the ledge against Mewtwo. Really good neutral on a reaction for coverage. Shadow Ball down through a forward. V Plus is cooking once again. This could be the kill. Back hill, is that going to be able to do it? Yes, it is.
Brutal stuff right there. Calls out that lower recovery. I think they were dead anyway, Dara, but it didn't matter. You gotta get the style in. I called it out from day one, from the second this match started. This is one clippable Mewtwo.
Yeah, you set it up in the beginning. This is a Mewtwo that loves making clips, and boy, oh boy, did we get a good amount of content from V Plus that time around. So really good stuff to V Plus, able to take that last game really confidently. Yeah, ultimately, there's like a lot of recovery punishes. They played this matchup to the best of their ability, which is your biggest win condition is what? Okay, PIEA Mythra, tech chases Mewtwo, whatever. The biggest thing though, that's PIEA Mythra off stage. That side B is exploitable. That head is vulnerable. We saw how often V Plus was just able to jump out there, was just able to get a punish, was able to use a charged Shadow Ball. They played the matchup to the best of their ability, and I'm quite impressed. I think V did a phenomenal job, and as a result, got a point for the team.
Yeah, they did, and that right there, well, the way this format works, in case you're just joining us now for this second set, is it's the first seed against the first seed, the second seed against the second seed in the teams. So the teams are seeded 1 to 5. So opening this match up, it shows that your peak is just a little bit higher than the other team. But that's not always enough to win it out overall. Maybe their peak is higher, but if their consistency isn't up there as well, then that can be a little bit more of a struggle. Now, going into these second, third, fourth seed matches, it's going to be a lot more difficult to keep that up for both these teams, because again, both these teams have never taken a loss this season. They have not been pushed up against the wall like maybe some other teams like Avon Grove have. So if they're able to win this out, they could be a shoo-in for winning it all in the finals.
Now, it seems like the next players that we have ready and will be playing momentarily are going to be A-James 2 going up against Gumbalaya, the King at DDD. Now, Gumbalaya, for some reason, is a tag that I feel like I have seen before, so it's going to be interesting to go ahead and see them play. But we got to talk about this matchup discrepancy once again. At the end of the day, I, as another King DDD player, can say with full confidence, he is not good. Especially when you're going up against Joku. So a lot of what King DDD relies on is like, okay, can I get this edge go? No. Can I get this ledge trap? Maybe. Joku has a lot of tools to be able to get off the ledge against DDD. Joku is also able to put DDD into several infinites, be it drag down up airs, and multiple ways to actually set those up. If A-James has those, they're not even all that technical to get off on DDD. You got a super heavy with a clean full air dodge. With that big of a hoop box, all you need is just the general sense of timing, and you can get up air chains over and over and over again. So Joku has the punish game of a lifetime even without those infinites. You have so many ways to be able to get in on DDD. You can gun camp him as well. I've got to say, you know, unless Gumbalaya severely outplays their opponent, this is not a matchup that is favored in DDD at all. So hopefully they'll be able to do it, but I guess we'll just have to see.
With that being said, if there is any character in this game who people say, on paper this character shouldn't win, and then they do anyways, I feel like it's DDD. DDD just wins sometimes, because I feel like DDD has a unique ability to get in people's heads. DDD doesn't have the best ability to escape juggle situations, but with the second fastest fast fall in the game and multiple jumps, they can mix up their landings so well and make you feel stupid for trying to juggle this very juggleable character. They can make you feel stupid for missing that Gordo when you were that close to hitting it. Your hitbox was a frame away. And if you let that get in your head, that can change things.
Yeah, at the end of the day, this is a tale as old as fighting games themselves. The dichotomy, the gradient between the grappler and the zoner. Joker, not so much for zoner, but that doesn't matter. Stay with me, stay with the narrative, but specifically, fear versus frustration. Grapplers, the reason why grapplers win sets, the reason why grapplers end up, beating matchups that they really shouldn't be, is because at the end of the day, you need to consider the human element. I very much so consider DDD a grappler. I think Inhale is one of the best command grabs in the game, but that's one of my hot takes. DDD is able to command space in such a way that you can get into the head of an opponent, because suddenly they can start getting lost in the sauce of like, wait a second, damn, what if I get hit by with a 2-frame down B? What if I get Inhale up tilted? There's like a lot of really scary stuff that DDD can sometimes do if your head is not in the game. So this is very much so a player like vibe check. This is very much so a question of like, hey, can you keep your composure going into this? I guess we will just have to see momentarily as we wait for the set to be ready for us.
Yeah, and above all else, I feel like the mark of being a good player, the mark of being able to win this out over DDD is not necessarily just cleanly winning every single time. It is making sure that you are able to take a deep breath mid-set and say, they are kind of bodying me. I need to fix this. As you can see from the scoreboard, it was a 3-0 for Avon Grove. It was, you hate to say it, it's a cliche, but it was a pretty close 3-0. The way this works with these best of fives, yeah, we had 2 5-game sets, so yeah, as we're already 1 up for Garnet Valley.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like this is, just sort of a thing when it comes to crew battle formats in general. Where there is one good player, there will also be other good players. Simply, just as, a bit of an AoE effect, these people play with each other often, be it in the after-school, high school Smash Club. Instead of, they practice with each other, they all help to improve each other, and having somebody who is just like that good at the top, be your #1 seed like V+, it's just sort of like a residual effect, right? So, just by that, I feel like GVHS in this set is my personal favorite, to be able to take this one.
Yeah, I agree with you right there, especially having that, like, very stylish player. It's almost like the SoCal effect, or honestly, in Modern Smash with Ultimate, the Hawaii effect, Hawaii goes crazy. But it really feels like, hey, that's where Void's from.
I don't know a lot about the Hawaii. Yeah, I know Void's from Hawaii. I don't know a lot else about the Hawaii scene.
Either way. But like when you have one of those stylish players, when you have one of those crazy stylish players, that really ups the bar. Where you're not just playing to get better, to get more optimal. You're playing to put on a show, to get those flashy plays and stand out from the other shining gems on your roster.
The year is 2022. We do not play to win, we play for the content. If you can't upload that later, then it's not worth it at all. It does not matter how much prize money you're able to take home, because not only do you get that prize money, not only do you get that clip, but you also have an ego boost of a lifetime. Kilo, it seems like our game #2 is ready to go with, these next 2 players, A-James going up against Gumbalaya. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, Gumbalaya immediately, playing into the stereotype we said, but A-James, they're only getting these simple bread and butter so far. Not that huge punish game we were talking about, and that could be a bad sign going forward, but the bread and butters are enough to get a substantial opening right now. Dragdown continues this. A-James, they are going hard right now, and Gumbalaya is struggling to even push a button.
Yeah, that's Joker King DDD. There is just a lot that you could do to really pressure him, make him just like as uncomfortable as possible in this kind of a position. Jumping into the Gordo though, Gumbalaya looking for a jump call out. Really good stuff with the neutral air though, finding the landing nair at that point. I love the little bit of a back off. Gumbalaya gonna be looking for planks. DDD and Playing King like a fish in water. They will swim.
Yeah, they will, as that Gordo does get Gumbalaya off the ledge for now. Kind of struggling though against that. The jump is called out hard by a full hop back air right there. As with Arsene Online, they try to stack on more percent, but James isn't able to quite do it. Back to regular old Joker, who is going to get caught by the dash attack. Even stocks right there.
Such is the X factor of King DDD. Does not matter how many times you get hit, for you can just do a dash attack at ledge. 2 from 6. and beyond. But look at these tech chases, already 55%, and I believe that AJ is pacing this match. You gotta be up in King DDD's face. You don't want to give him space to jump. You don't want to give him space to set up. If you can oppress him with all of your fast buttons, you win this matchup. And oh boy, is AJ winning it right now.
Yeah, they are. But one dash check, that's all you need. They go for the hardest read. They go for a second one. Oh, they almost died. Oh my gosh. Gumbalaya, the second they get one opening, they are feeling themselves. Going for this pressure at ledge. It feels like someone just cranked the thermostat up to 100, and James turns that right back down.
Yeah, Gumbalaya, you gotta DI that in. You might be able to get a stage tech at that point. Down to gun to the 4-liter though, good damage, 29%. Backing off a little bit, ends up inhaling, spitting back out the side B, but because of the slightly cut distance from the fact that the height of the side B is a little bit lower than before, it'll never actually go as far as Joker's initially. So a little bit of an interesting interaction at that point, but 4-liter into Gordo, not gonna do it, but good damage. Phenomenal edge guard.
Yeah, great stuff so far as that is the swing factor. DDD just loses until he wins. That is how it feels sometimes, is you're able to get that Gordo off the stage. It's the opening that you could need, but you got to remember Arsene is still on the table right here, and the closer you get right now. But Gumbalaya is just getting this juggle online. They're not going to fall for that Rebels guard, smacking them towards ledge. An up B right here. Could that be it? No, a missed space forward smash. An opportunity to drop for Gumbalaya. Is it too late?
Jump call out after jump call out. Gumbalaya just still living a little bit longer. Oh my gosh, almost going through the J-Dog tech. Phenomenal jump call out. This is anybody's game to be able to take kill, but down guns is a menacing foe. Phenomenal catch on the spot dodge. Just like that, A. James able to clutch out game number 1. I gotta say though, Gumbalaya coming alive.
I love that bait towards the end right there. Jab, spot dodge, and then go for that forward smash. That wasn't just a raw forward smash. They had some plans there. There were some machinations on display.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like you just said it the best that you could, which is King DDD loses until he just doesn't. So at some point, Gumbalaya had advantage, had the juggles. And it can be a little bit difficult for the Joker to land sometimes. That is one of your few win conditions, or you keep him at the ledge. Gumbalaya did that to the best of their ability, but at the end of the day, A. James is just able to get so much damage off of seemingly innocuous straight hits. Neutral air, forward air, down air, up air, F tilt, up tilt, down tilt, jab, grab. Everything that Joker does at a low to mid to even high percent can thus lead into another attack, can lead into a platform extension. You can smother King DDD like a pork chop, and we kind of saw that in the beginning of game 1. Let's see if it happens game 2.
Yeah, and what I'm looking out for Gumbalaya is maybe just maximizing that advantage state, because when they got that advantage state, it was good. It was really good. They got one stray hit, and all of a sudden they turned it into 80%. Dropping off stage, doing rising up air to catch the Arsene, trying to snap to ledge. What is that? That is the creativity you need to get an edge over Joker. But after all that, they weren't able to convert those advantage states cleanly into kills. And when you're up against a neutral player like James, who is able to box you out so consistently, you need to make sure those advantage states are leading into the kills.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like also a really big thing for A. James, really getting kind of vibe checked by F Smash a couple times. F Smash is funny. King DDD F Smash is funny. Every single time a King DDD whiffs or hits your shield with F Smash, they want one thing, and one thing only, and it's disgusting. A down tilt. They will always buffer an immediate down tilt after hitting anything with F Smash, because that move has a deceptively low amount of end lag, and boy oh boy was Gumbalaya taking advantage of it the last game. So we're just going to be waiting for them to get on ready for this one. I am excited. I want to see some gameplay, man.
Yeah, I do too. The way these players were going back and forth, it's so... You get the combo video vibes of watching someone get knocked around the stage for seemingly no reason, but then you get the amazing swingy plays, the stock taken in 5 seconds GR smash clips. Like, you get all of those in this matchup because of the light and day difference between the advantage states of these two characters. Because if you just put them both on stage, starting out, the countdown goes down, Joker's in advantage. He kind of just is.
He just is. Okay, and the reality is this, not even just like as a matchup thing, DDD does not approach well. He does not have fast buttons. He does not have safe fast pokes. He has F tilt, which can sometimes catch you dashing on in, and if you have enough space, you can sometimes also set up Guido as a bit of a guise to get in. But like, look at that, able to get the forward whiffs the down tilt. Look at how much damage they're taking for hitting Joku's shield. 35 and climbing, tech chase 55, and that was off of what? One neutral interaction and one advantage state guess from A James.
Brilliant stuff right now. Ooh. I like that attempt at a call out. There's that attempt at a command grab right there, but not quite enough. Oh, they get that one. Hey, you know what? Gumbalaya, with their use of that inhale, this stock is making good on your argument for that one being one of the better command grabs, but they're not able to quite follow that damage up, and Arsene is about to come out, and we've seen how James is not supposed to whiff these, but there it is off the top right there. It's such a low percent. Gumbalaya ends up taking that stock.
Somebody's DI was a little sussy, for lack of a better word at that point, but that's okay. Now A-James just going to be occupying the stage once again, gets the up tilt, finding the down gun landing. A-James is just looking for any way to be able to set up an edge guard to take the stock at this point. I love the falling forward instead of like an immediate smash attack. If the falling forward connected, that would have been a drag down up or down smash.
Yeah, and that is always great to see, but ooh, they're not going to get that confirmed this time, and instead, they're just using that forward tilt to stuff them out. Arsene back air. Ooh, great shield pressure right there, but Gumbalaya holds strong, not getting caught by anything that will lead to a kill, but at ledge, those things will. They land with that back air, though. There's those landing mix-ups that we talked about. Called out the jump. This is looking like Gumbalaya is doing everything. That counter lasted that long? What?
Oh my goodness, Gumbalaya was trying to go for it all with the J-Dog there. Oh my goodness, now gonna be stuck at the ledge, rolling past the Guido though, waiting at until the best possible time, 103%. We have seen how easily Joku is just able to even up this damage. Down tilt, up air, okay, let go of your controller, time to get a little snack, a beverage, perhaps, maybe some potato chips, because you have nothing to do except find that down air.
Well, they're clearly not thirsty because they are going fishing. There's their snack. They fish for that down air, and they get it. Now James, despite getting that 60% punish, they're rewarded with their own kill, and I'm talking about this because look at how much that has changed the pace of the match. Now it's James on the back foot trying to get this aggressive ledge option, and Gumbalaya is just playing their game.
Yeah, A-James maybe jumping a little bit too much. Gonna be able to find that side B. Looks for the second one. Not gonna be able to do so quite yet. That's the jump call out. Gumbalaya, I gotta say, they love their hops. They love their jumps from ledge. But neutral air dash attack, 29%. And stuck in the corner. How do you effectively land? With an inhale, spit back, side B. Really good stuff.
It's fantastic. Oh, there's that forward smash, and there's the immediate down tilt. They want one thing. They want one thing. And now they try to get that up smash out of shield, but Gumbalaya isn't able to connect to that anti-air. Not going to work when A-James is playing as grounded as they are.
Oh, great grab out of shield. Now A-James has a very gentle and, once again, always subject to change lead. They keep on getting these jump callouts. The inhale, though, I believe that was intended to be a wave bounce inhale so that you could drift backwards and still get it facing the left. Stuck at the ledge again. A-James keeps going through jump callouts, and they have no reason not to because Gumbalaya is not punishing it, and Gumbalaya is not getting back onto stage when AJ jumps.
Oh, and you can see the nerves right there holding shield. We're getting into a little bit of a scramble as they're boxing on top of each other's shield. A lot of whiffs, a lot of parries, but no real follow-up. Arsene is now on the table. Can A-James convert it into a kill? Inhales the Gordo. They hold strong. The up smash bait, though, and A-James is off the top. That's going to be Gumbalaya taking a game in this series and making an argument the Nazareth area is not out of it yet.
Yeah, the rising forward was a little bit committal on shield. I was not a big fan of that move overall because, you know, you joke. You have plenty of buttons to do, like, safe pressure at that point. The forward would have also, like, not killed either. I understand the sentiment of, like, the fastest out of shield option, which is like, okay, I need a button. I need an aggressive button out of shield now. But sometimes the best option that you can do, slow it down, dash back, walk back a little tiny bit, space your left tilt. You have the time. If you hit the shield, that is a-okay because you're still going to be back in it. You're still going to be alive. You might have just kind of reset the situation. But yeah, really good stuff from, you know, Gumbo, just able to catch that bit of an anti out of shield option, able to get the kill and able to get the game. Now it is 1-1 despite all odds. All of that, though, was from some poor DI that first stock, though. So you got to remember how to DDD up here correctly and you'll be living longer.
It's the player aspect that we keep bringing up. One mistake, and suddenly this low tier versus high tier matchup looks a lot more even as, well, it's going to be a little bit of a boxing match opening this up. Both these players smacking each other around, but there's the opening that we need to see. That inhale goes wide, and that means A James is going to be able to continue their pressure, but that dash called out with the F tilt.
Yeah, really good stuff there. I want to see some more landing catches with Inhale from Gumbalaya. Just like jump, inhale, cover both platform and the ground simultaneously. Now A-James tunnel visioning a little bit much, right? Only looking for those jump callouts. Gumbalaya is consistently getting away with a lot of neutral get-ups and goals. Goals back on, finds a down tilt, F tilt, keeping A-James away right now, but not able to get the back heel out. The back heel is a good idea, but just landed a little bit too soon for it.
And as they do, you can see, I mean, you look at these percents, they might as well be even with when these characters retrospectively die, as I like this. A lot of safe pressure right here, making Gumbalaya feel uncomfortable with a lot of these taps from the guns, but it's not enough to set up for anything big. Oh, pressure to the back air, but that's safe enough that A-James is able to drift away. Edgeguarding situation right here, but you don't really edgeguard King DDD. You wait for that big option, but they're not able to call it out. That up tilt with max rage will actually finish off A-James.
Oh, Gumbalaya, getting away with some of those up Bs. A little bit cheeky stuff, you know, but, you know, you love to see it. That's a drag down up air into the up smash. So here's the thing. Normally, you're not supposed to actually get the pop-up hit of it. You need a timing fastfall just right so they stick on the platform. King DDD, it does not matter. That is a big boy. You can still get the up smash, and it is that kind of combo leniency that can make this so difficult for DDD at times.
Yeah, and that leniency, no, not gonna get the drag down, but they can drag them down with the up B. Now with the extension off of the back air, this percentage is racking up. This is looking like a lot more of a difference, but oh, that Arsene coming out actually saved James from the pop-up, and now Gumbalaya is struggling to get back down, calls out the aggressive landing with just an up smash out of shield. James holds on to a solid stock lead.
Yeah, and that was a really good bait from A-James too, because that all came about from an empty hop. Empty hop, drop down shield, caught Gumbalaya being a little bit too antsy on the landing. Now it's 2 stocks to 1, 56% onto the board. A-James backing up, waiting for maybe a beefy up B, just trying to give it a little bit of respect here. Down throw into back here, really good stuff. This lead is only getting better for A-James.
Yeah, and they get this forward throw, just taking the stage control over, attempting to get a DI mix-up. Can they get anything else right here? Trapping them at the ledge, calling out the roll. James feels so oppressive right now, and Gumbalaya can't find a way around it. Caught out by the Iha. Can they get anything more? That's not going to kill yet, but still more damage, more racking up. They can't escape Dara.
Yeah, A-James is just applying pressure after pressure after pressure. Just like a wound. All you gotta do is apply a bit of pressure, and that's all that it takes. But now, finding another backer, setting up into an edge guard, tries to go for the side B. Not gonna be able to get it. 142. They just need to sneeze on their opponent, and oh boy, a chew and bless you, bud, because that was quite a way to be able to take it. Joker back throw. I don't know about the DI on that, but that was definitely able to do it.
Like you said, though, at that point, you were at a percent where a single tap would have been enough. And it was. Just casually toss it over your shoulder. As now, you're down. It's match point right there for Gumbalaya. If they lose one more, then their team is going to be on match point. Because James from Garnet Valley is looking very, very practiced right here. And a lot of times, it's a caster cliche. You hear people say, just clean up your gameplay. But that really is what you need to do in a player-based match like DDD versus Joker. And that's exactly what James has done. They're not falling into the same traps they did in the early game.
Yeah, the biggest thing that you can do as DDD in any matchup that is not amazing is slow it down, walk. Know what distance that you have. Walk, mix up your movement, make it as unpredictable as possible. Walk, dash back this way. You need to wait for them to overcommit. You really need to make them think that they're going to be able to hit you. You as DDD, unless you are severely outplaying an opponent, will not be consistently approaching somebody. So you need to be whip punishing. You need to be playing second beat almost at all times. Maybe manipulate some of their movement with Guido, see how they respond to it. Use Guido instead of as a trapping tool, use it as a bit of a probing projectile, similar to like Samus and Mewtwo with the respective neutral Bs. is. Right? You can just walk up slowly, start F-tilting. If you can F-tilt in neutral from like mid to long distance, that is such a good way to be able to catch a lot of approaches. Gumbalaya, I feel like they're committing to too many jumps, and A. James is just calling them out for it.
Yeah, it is. Ooh, these landing callouts right here, going for a lot of landing nair to open this up, Gumbalaya. And, well, as you can see from that 0% mark, James is not falling for it. Tries to use the Gordo as an opening, but James, it just knocks it right back on at him. And the fact that the guns knocks back Gordo too is so detrimental. 98% pretty much unanswered right now.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, gonna be looking for a way to be able to pick it up with a down tilt. Stuck at the quota here, and again, just catching all of these jumps. A. James just needs to find a way to be able to get the stock. Gumbalaya needs a way to get back onto center stage. Finds one F-tilt, sets it up with Guido. I wish that were a vertical Guido. I wish vertical Guido was set up because it would both do ledge trapping and cover jumps in. A horizontal tossed Guido like that would have only covered A. James going out. Prioritize option coverage until you have a strong lead, especially with Guido angles.
Yeah, but they're going to try to be going for that, but they can't quite make it off ledge. And in order to set up those ledge traps, they need to be putting James off stage. And that's not happening so far. Here's an opportunity there. They go for that high Gordo. They cover platform with it, but they don't quite get anything for that. And instead, that counter off stage will punish that. Oh my gosh, was that 37% from just the counter?
Yes. I feel that's quite rough, but yeah, that time around, up is going to be able to kill. Good DI or not. 55% definitely able to clean this up, but that F-tilt was a bit of a mistake. I think up tilt would have been like the best choice in that position. Maybe just hold on to shield. But again, catching all these high recovery attempts, catching all of these jumps. There is one option Gumbalaya is not utilizing, and it is drop down, double jump, side B Guido mix-ups. You can go back onto the ledge, you can jump back onto the stage with it. I feel like Gumbalaya is only going for the drop down uppers and jumps from ledge.
Yeah, and, well, those are only two options to cover. That's
Yep.
all James has to worry about. And when you can zero in on those two options, you can see the amount of focus, the amount of dedication that can be brought to the table. As James, just a lot of empty movement. Sure, they're throwing out hitboxes, but a lot of these guns, they're just to get the dash in. They're just to confuse Gumbalaya even more, as they're just battering them back and forth to the side of the stage, just waiting for their opportunity to get the final hit, but that's still not enough. 171%.
Yeah, the side B actually still act enough to cover the neutral get up in time. This is a really nasty place to be in. Back hill doesn't do it either. A. James, they have no air dodge. I feel like they could have gone out there for another button, but I love the fact that A. James is just continuing to keep it safe, to continue to play the safe. Back hill, catching that whiff down tilt. Now this is a massive lead, Kilo.
It is down tilt. Good opener right here. We've seen Gumbalaya get good stuff. Oh, no, a little bit of a flub right here. We'll see how these players end up playing this out. Now, hey, one thing this does expose, we are playing all of this in person. Even if we're not quite able to see the players right here, they are all playing in person, so we don't have to worry about that online latency. So that is one good thing that just confirmed.
Yeah.
We didn't quite bring that up.
If I had to guess, they're just going to be back into it. And yeah, God bless. Even though we're both casting from the comforts of our own home, this is a live LAN, offline event happening. They're both sitting next to each other. They're playing, presumably. So we're just going to be waiting a second for for them to figure everything out, to see if we're jumping back into the match. We'll see what the grueling is momentarily.
Yeah, and, well, where are they at? Oh yeah, we're right back into it. Like you said, it looks like they ended up dropping that stock. Maybe it was James who disconnected, but either way, James, I don't think they mind too much. They're already looking to make up that deficit.
Yeah, already, once again, just huge lead. Catching these jumps, catches the goal in. Gumbalaya looking a little bit smothered once again. Can they get off the ledge this time around? Not quite. Always rolling down, tilting back on after the neutral get up. A. James has adapted quite well. Looks for that F smash, doesn't find it. Uh-oh, this is a bad place to be in. But A. James keeps getting away with these rolls, these ledge rolls.
Ooh, and that safe shield pressure. Is that enough? No! Another whiff! A little bit of spaghetti right here as this scramble is getting a little too high. The nerves are running a little too hot, Dara. They can't quite get the final hit.
Now, something I'd like to see from A. James is maybe potentially bait out like another one of those beefy upbeats from ledge. Just stand there, just wait, maybe pop out a counter. You could hit them with something funny for all that you know. Oh, somebody get up attack, but A. James, fastball off stage. Uh-oh.
Oh, lands on top with the down guns. Doesn't quite catch the neutral get up either. The high up B. No, that's not going to get the berry. They just toss him off stage with the back throw. No Arsene to help finish this off. We've seen Gumbalaya live to ludicrous percents without Arsene to finish them off.
Oh, neutral air dodging pass and actually able to get down B out. Okay, interesting stuff. 167 back here without Arsene. Will not do it. Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. James could have this in the bag, but one mistake. That landing back throw could have been it. Dash tag not enough to finish it yet. 187%. Dara, this is where DDD thrives.
Yeah, you have pressure, you have a little bit of momentum. Doesn't actually commit to the falling forward at that point. Maybe even rising forward would have been able to kill. This is where Joker does struggle a little bit. But you know what? At the end of the day, still able to get the jump call out, still able to get the player lead. Gumbo finally jumps from ledge and ends up dying for it. I do wish Gumbalaya was just a little bit more patient at the ledge and mixed up some of the timings.
And you saw at the end there, Gumbalaya was digging through their entire bag of tricks to try and survive. They did the rising up air from ledge. They did the Gorder from ledge. And yet, they held strong. James did not fall into it. And like you said, called out that jump right at the end to finish them off and put Garnet Valley at a 2-0 scoreline over Nazareth area.
Yeah, this is a nasty spot to be in. Now, once again, just as we mentioned before, like, if your number 1 and number 2 seeds are good, your number 3 and 4 are probably not lagging too much behind. 2-0 lead. Whoever or whichever school is able to take this is going to be successfully moving on into the finals. Now, I believe our next players are going to be C3 going up against C3. Ane XYZ going up against Trifster. So this is an interesting matchup potentially. Banjo-Kazooie and Game & Watch. How you feeling about this?
I feel like Game & Watch against zoners can sometimes feel a little bit oppressive with the way that you can approach with Bucket and invalidate a lot of what Banjo is trying to do. Now, and one of Banjo's main tools, one of Banjo's main X factors is that Wonder Wing. And the fact that that Wonder Wing will straight up, the lingering hitbox, the invulnerable lingering hitbox, will two-frame a lot of characters. I don't think Game & Watch has to worry about that much. And without that X factor, I feel like Banjo could struggle.
Yeah, for sure. Game & Watch, I feel like, you know, it's not a character that we've seen a lot of lately. I feel like everybody lately has picked other questionable characters as of late. So good thing for me for Nest mains, but overall, it might be awkward for Banjo to approach. Why? Well, down B. Really important tool for Banjo. He picks it up, he's able to dominate space, he's able to threaten people, and then he's able to use it as an opening. Against Game & Watch, you don't necessarily have that luxury. He could reflect it, or he could also absorb the explosion. Neutral B. Another really big tool for Banjo-Kazooie. Mid-range poke, able to start some follow-ups, even set up some tech chases and platform extensions. Against Game & Watch, the issue is some of those hits might be a little bit too loose. Not only Game & Watch can reflect it, reflecting it is whatever, but more importantly, Game & Watch might be able to mash up B out of disadvantage. If you aren't...
Yeah, and with Trifster, one of the main things I'm looking for as Game & Watch, like you said, with those different varieties of approach options, I feel like the Chef is really good at ledge. I mean, I don't feel like it. I know that Chef is really good at ledge for forcing people to use options very early on. Oh, we got Dara back. Hello, hello. But yeah, using that Chef at ledge can force them to use Wonder Wing early, and that could be such an asset that you don't have to deal with it on stage.
Yeah, for sure. So we're just going to be waiting for them. Once again, guys, thank you so much for all of your patience as we do organize everything. We are, of course, simultaneously casting on Wi-Fi, and this is happening on LAN. So just a bunch of stuff to be able to get back together. And just want to say a shout out to the production team for doing such a phenomenal job thus far. You guys are all killing it back there. So yeah, just as you mentioned, that's going to be a factor. If I'm the Game & Watch in this case, I am never approaching. I'm gonna sit in my corner of the stage. I'm waiting for Banjo to hit my shield in a bad way, and I'm like, ooh, neutral out of shield, potentially battlefield platform extensions, ooh, up B out of shield, perhaps a key on the way down. I mean, this can be really, really difficult, but also we gotta also just keep in mind, no matter how bad of a matchup on paper, you always have the practical implementation. Will the Game & Watch have the presence of mind to be able to reflect and explode the right things? Will they be able to mash up B out of the right places, especially out of shield? Or will they just kind of end up getting, for the lack of a better word, banjoed?
Yeah, that remains to be seen. Banjo does have a startling amount of very subtle confirms. They're not in the same way I was talking about Sephiroth earlier, where they've got some true confirms, but a lot of almost confirms that just might work if you're caught unawares. That's how Banjo feels a lot for me. Like, a lot of the egg setups, a lot of specifically the egg grenade setups, they don't quite completely lead into stuff, but they can definitely trip you up enough to the point where, well, you might just be getting caught by a random forward air off stage and dying.
Yeah, so a really big thing also, like, going up against Game & Watch is knowing and understanding up B. We're like 2.5 or however many years into this game. Game & Watch up B is still truthfully a menace. It is fast, it is difficult to punish, it's difficult to call out. You need to bait that up B, and you need to make your game plan. How do I catch this landing? How do I actually catch your next button? Game & Watch is oftentimes up B, wait a little bit, then they'll come back down with either a downer or a back air. Both of them have some really awkward impact hitboxes, but then also something to keep in mind is Game & Watch's oftentimes awkward animations. Because it's really difficult to tell, like, when something is the actual end lag of something, so you really have to have a lot of intimate knowledge.
Yeah, and it looks like we're already into this first game right there, and I love that. You see those extensions with the eggs right there? That's already a good sign. The way that we can see XYZ moving right here, Trister is gonna have some trouble dealing with it.
Yeah, already neutrally from the ledge, gonna be looking for an up air juggle, one of the things that Game & Watch does best. Okay, Trister, just gonna be dashing in and out, looking for another one of these up airs, maybe getting a little bit too lost in the sauce here, just eating a Wonder Wing to the face.
And as they do, you can see Trister, I mean, it's the kind of thing where, like, you know what Game & Watch's game plan is. You know what they want. You know they want that down air right there, but it doesn't matter because it's so strong and it's so difficult for so many characters to punish. As now, Trister struggling to get off this ledge. You see, they shoot a single egg. That was a standoff if I've ever seen one. But Trister does not pull the trigger early, neither does XYZ, and we're back to neutral. XYZ sent off stage, though. Wonder Wing to recover.
Okay, getting the dash attack, actually catching the startup of Wonder Wing, not an interaction that you see play out too often. Okay, XYZ though, getting stage spike, but the explosion, what a clutch. That is the absolute homie, keeping you alive. But the question is, will he be alive for much longer? No, because you just eat an F smash to the face. But hey, that was kind of cool, I think.
Yeah, it certainly was. Oh, that was fast. That down smash came out to call out the air dodge to ledge, and now it's even stocks right here. XYZ putting on a lot of good pressure over Trister, and they actually managed to drop down that bomb to catch even more damage, but it's not a lot of huge follow-ups right here, and that's not true for many characters against Game & Watch, but it's very detrimental right now.
Okay, gonna be just sort of using the Beagle Blaster a little bit, trying to maybe catch some dash-ins, and that bucket is gonna be full really, really soon. And the thing is, you can't waste it. That thing is gonna be so strong, so powerful. That is such a vital resource to have. You can get jab into bucket, but if you don't have Jucket, that is not something that you want to give up.
Yeah, no Jucket for you this time, as now playing under this platform. Trister looking for that opening. A very grounded approach is being stuffed out by these forward tilts. That Wonder Wing almost killing at sub 80%. That was like 60 or something. As now, you go for it again. They saw that the explosion was going to pressure them. Hope for a shield poke, but Trister held strong, and they're able to get that finisher right there. I don't know if Banjo can make it back from this, even with that. Oh my gosh, they're godlike. They're godlike. They know the infinite recovery tactics.
They did it. I mean, they made it back on 135%. All that Trister needs is like one really good hit to be able to take this at this point, but always keep in mind Banjo's lethal potential. One down throw into the up smash, one down throw into the up tilt. But a little bit too low and you're able to mash out.
Yeah, and not quite enough time to punish that down air as well. Up smash out of shield, still not going to kill as well. Trister holding on to this stock for a startlingly long amount of time. Goes to the drag down, but that bury isn't quite enough, and that raw call out right there with the Wonder Wing is enough to take Trister's second stock.
Yeah, I didn't really like the choice to go for the F smash because even though damage is damage, you could just go for something faster, less committal, like an F tilt, like a down tilt at that point, you know? But now 75% and climbing, Trister has an amazing lead.
Yeah, and you can see Trifter is just playing a retreating playstyle, but holding that grenade is going to eat them more damage, 48%, but now it's up to XYZ to try and land without burning that much, 73% though, and they still got 3 Wonder Wings on deck. They haven't been forced to burn any of them on recovery. That is huge right there, as Trifter trying to play around this ground game, but you can see a lot of fear in the way they're playing. The raw F-Smash, not quite enough yet, 104.
Yeah, I'm surprised that actually wasn't able to kill. Game Watch really light. XYZ tries to go for it again. Uh-oh. Now stuck at the ledge here. Has to be really painful. Just goes for an up tilt. Down B from the ledge. I love the recovery option. And that could have been bad. Kilo, that could have been so bad. Oh, God. What is happening?
The invulnerability. It actually clanked with Wonder Wing, and then just the forward air is enough. XYZ, after it felt like they were working so hard and not getting enough, Trister finally falls, and XYZ is able to get a point on the board in this best of 5.
This feels like a weird thing to say. This was the most Smash Bros. Set that I think we've seen all day. Wait, most Smash Bros. Game. We saw little to no and lag on buttons. We saw invincibility and super element coexisting and trampling hitboxes all at once. Silly little ledge options, infinite recoveries. This was just a showcase of every single funny thing that Ultimate was capable of and just slapping it onto the wall. Banjo was scary to fight against. Banjo was terrifying. At any point, Wonder Wing is ready to take your stock at 80%. Game & Watch is terrifying to fight against. Down smash, a menace to society, truly. And that game overall, oh, that was something killer.
Yeah, that was a honestly great showcase on what makes both these characters so great. We saw the frankly absurd looking Banjo stuff, the stuff that you don't get on Game 1, the extensions with the Egg Blaster, the infinite recovery shenanigans. That's the kind of stuff that XYZ has worked hard on, but sometimes Trifter was just able to stuff it out by controlling the ground with the bucket, with the F-tilt, making it impossible for XYZ to move around. So you can see XYZ laying on this barrage. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, falling neutrally. Okay, gonna be looking for an up air. Is not gonna be able to get it quite yet. Really nice back heel chains. This game is just as even as it could be at this point, Kilo.
And you can see the amount of work that XYZ has to put in right here to even get the same amount of opening that they do. And even then, you're above them. It doesn't matter, though, because that invincible Wonder Wing could just be this change that they need. They wait for a bad option. Trifter does not give it to them. And then the bury into the up smash at 77%. That's all you need to take the stock from XYZ.
You know what? This is still kill percent for Game & Watch. I'm not too pressed about it. XYZ, you already know what they're looking for. Somebody wants a Wonder Wing. They want to catch this landing with one. They find the late hit of dash attack. Down B. Okay, really good stuff at the back here. 104. Now going to be stuck at the ledge. What's going to be the play? Oh, the forwarder would have been able to catch a jump. But there it is. Short hop side of B. Able to catch both short hops and Game & Watch on the ground to pivot lane.
Yeah, and I feel like it's even safer because then you don't get stuck at the ledge right there as Trifter does end up. Ooh, that was a great follow-up off of a parry. Now, XYZ keeps up the pressure, but up B's out of the situation because they saw that egg bouncing towards them. This egg is like a latent threat. It just lingers on the stage and makes it so Trifter can never really say they control the entire stage.
Alright, able to find the side B. Now down B at the ledge, actually going to be able to successfully two-frame Game & Watch. That is not a statement that I say often at all. Ultimate and whiffing dash grabs. My favorite, and boy oh boy did that just happen, but down to go into the up smash is going to be able to do it. XYZ now with a phenomenal lead.
Yeah, knowing your percents, folks, as now that key is going to set up for some more damage. Trifter loves it when XYZ ends up above them because, well, as good as Banjo's mix-up options are, oh my gosh, that extension with the Egg Blaster, this is what I mean. It feels so, like, out of left field. You don't often see a Banjo with this level of prowess.
Yeah, both of these players are just swinging at this point. That Wonder Wing, though, super safe. Trifter is out there doing Game & Watch things. Just pressing down smash after down smash. How is XYZ going to be able to make it back? They do not. I have no idea what just happened off stage, but somebody died.
They certainly did. Went for that Nair follow-up, but great DI up to get out of that. XYZ escapes that combo. Now Trifter, they roll in. Not what you want to do when you're this close to kill percent. Wonder Wing will kill, and you got to deal with 5 of them right now, Dara.
The pressure from XYZ is phenomenal. Just that little
they
bit of a
went
Eagle
for
Blaster. Yeah. Scary stuff.
That's the desperation. When a Game & Watch goes for down throw 9, that's when you know, oh, they need this game. They need it badly. As that's a down throw. Can they just get the up tilt? Yes, they do. XYZ up 2-0 right now. Garnet Valley up 2-0. If XYZ takes one more game from Trifster, then that is going to be Garnet Valley moving on to the finals.
Yeah, so a lot at the line here. They're up 2-0. There is a lot of pressure being put onto Trifster. I feel like that game especially, there was a point, I feel like this happens to Game & Watches sometimes, where they do forget some of the tools that they do have available to them. For instance, Trifster, stuck at the ledge, stuck in a corner, okay? We saw XYZ across the stage. They went for a neutral B. They poke it. Trifster didn't move. He didn't try to jump over it. They didn't try to up it. They didn't try to reflect it. They sat there and they held shield. That was, to me, a telling moment of how they were feeling about that game, about how they were locking themselves into defensive options. If somebody is holding onto shield a little bit too soon, that is a very nice analysis into their psyche that they were terrified of getting hit at that moment. And you know what XYZ did? They shot the neutral B. They were able to run all the way on PS2 from neutral stage, from the center stage, all the way to the ledge, catch Trifster sitting there in shield, able to get the shield confirmed by hitting the projectile and then getting a grab. Trifster was scared. And that game, Trifster really came off as such. They need to have a mental reset going into Game 3, and they will be going to Lilat. What a throwback of a stage.
I honestly love this because these little slants can disrupt a lot of these very precise confirms that and movement that XYZ is going for. It's not as, well, like you practice your movement on Battlefield. You're not always going through your movement drills on Lilat. So maybe this little bit of a mix-up is what Trifster needs to start getting an edge here.
Okay, getting the neutral in, gonna be setting up a little bit of a juggle here. But yeah, you can't be landing on Game & Watch's shield unsafely. And this is Game & Watch's win condition. This is what he and I feel like no player does it better than Meister. It is juggle time, my friend. But one more Wonder Wing can actually take this stock. This is such a dangerous place to be in.
Yeah, it is, as you see Trifster looking to try and just, well, go for that juggle. But again, an early stock comes from that down smash, forward smash, early smash exit combo into another, but answered right back with a down throw.
Okay, now with quite a bit of an even game that we have in front of us, looking for that F throw, controlling the stage once again. Okay, finds the down tilt, just keeps on keeping Trifster at the ledge here, and I've got to say, they're looking overwhelmed. They can abuse that up B a little bit more, if I'm honest.
Yes, Trifster, look at this, they're fishing for these up airs. Can they find any more follow-up off of that? Wonder Wing comes out very early just to rack up damage. That's a great mix-up. Going for Wonder Wing before it's ever going to kill, it makes it so they have to respect it at all points during the game, not just when they're at kill percent.
Okay, landing with forward here, just backing off a little teeny tiny bit. Gonna be going for it all with the 9. Doesn't get it, and then just eats a Wonder Wing to the face. XYZ once again with a bit of a menacing lead for themselves. Drag down back here just is giving them so much mileage this game. And these extensions with the neutral B. Oh, so good.
It's not a ton of damage, but it's certainly demoralizing damage as you're getting popped up, and it's guaranteed too, as XYZ is making the most of every single tool in Banjo's toolkit. There's the invincibility clanking again too. Oh my gosh.
Okay, oh, they try to go for it all with that side B. That could have been some dangerous stuff if Game & Watch jumped out there. Looking for an up tilt, finds the forward. Really good DI from XYZ is keeping them alive for just a little bit longer. Using the down B as a bit of coverage, and Trifster is doing Game & Watch things. Down smash, up smash, F tilt, spot dodge, and boy oh boy can you get away with it, especially through connecting kills like that.
At the very end, they do get caught out, but 5 Wonder Wings to go, and you don't even need them with a down air up tilt. What? I've never seen Banjo hit that in my life, but that spike hitbox was just enough. Perfect percent to pop Game & Watch up straight into that confirm.
That was a unique option, and just like that, that will be Garnet Valley High School taking it. Not only taking it, but able to do so with a 3-0. Going to be moving on to finals, where they will be inevitably facing off against Avon Grove. We saw 2 consecutive 3-0s. Both of these schools are like, all right, clock in and clock out. I got places to be. I got to be in finals. Once again, there is a lot on the line, a lot of money. $12.50 for the winning school and $7.50 for the losing one. And with that being said, I do believe we're going to quickly cut to a little break before we jump into the finals.
Yeah.
Oh,
But before we do that, we are going to just take a look, just recap everyone before we go into this finals at this bracket. I mean, this bracket has been hot so far. Like you said, 2 3-0s, but looking down these matchups, it did not feel like that. Now, there were some dominant performances. Like earlier on, when we saw Avon Grove's Darkblade, that was a dominant performance. Darkblade looked like maybe the best player in the venue, but that doesn't win you games. You've got to be consistent throughout the entire thing, and that's what they're trying to keep alive here.
yeah. And we have AGHS going up against a, and this is going to be interesting. Darkblade going up against V, because it's the 1 seed going up against the 1 seed, is going to be an exciting set. That is one that I am genuinely looking forward to. That one is going to be a good time, and probably with a lot of content and clips. V's such an exciting player, Darkblade's so explosive, we're in for a good time, killer.
We certainly are, and we can't wait to get into it. But before that, we're going to go to a very brief break. When we return, we will be coming at you with the finals of the PIEA Spring 22 Championship. Spring Championships are sponsored by the United States Navy. Additionally, we're also sponsored by the UNC Innovation Zone at Whitaker Center. Now, of course, there is even more content coming up tomorrow, and to hear more about that and the people who are running it, here's Devin H., the head coach of Wider University, who are sponsoring tomorrow's Valorant event.
We are going to be jumping into the finals of the spring PIEA State Esports Championships. We will be seeing, of course, after two dominant 3-0s from each of these schools. We just saw Garnet Valley High School take a 3-0 over Nazareth Area High School. We saw previously Avon Grove take a 3-0 over Manheim Township. Now the two legends will collide in winners finals. There is a lot on the line. I am, of course, Turamko, coming to you live from the comforts of my own home. Everybody, we have a phenomenal show ahead of us. We are seeing the cream of the crop. The finest will rise, and some phenomenal players to open off with. We will be seeing V going up against Dark Blade, two stylish, explosive, high-octane players that are capable of producing clips, but through mere gameplay alone, I've got to say, I feel like those other two sets were confident. I am not so sure about this one. I cannot tell you off the top of my head who will be winning this. My original pick was going to be Avon Grove. I'm not so sure anymore.
Yeah, my original pick was Garnet Valley, so hey, we're at least both right that they're making it to the prize pool, but now they've got to be making sure they're getting all the way there. Now, it's going to be difficult to call this initial matchup because if I recall correctly, the last time these two teams played, it went the way of Garnet Valley. However, we do have to use the standard Smash John. It was on Wi-Fi, and it wasn't quite the same. Now here in person with the nerves high, the finals. Now they have the chance to show what they can do and show that they are capable of winning the PIEA 2022 Spring Championship.
Yeah, and I feel like one of the best ways to really even think about this is just think about how each of these characters are affected on Wi-Fi. I'm not sure if V and Darkblade specifically have gone off against each other in the past, but somebody like Roy changes significantly, be it online or be it in person. Something as fundamental to Roy himself is the jab back and the jill. These are not hit confirms that you can consistently do online, but actually it seems like our first game is already ready to go, Kilo. It's going to be Darkblade and V, the highly anticipated set. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, immediate pressure right there. Up he had a shield. That's a great get off me tool to get Mewtwo, well, out of dodge. But, well, for the time being, it is just V getting smacked around a little bit. Darkblade actually went down 5-0 last time. So this is them coming out swinging in a big way. V went for it all right there. An early kill to try and even things up. But that means Darkblade is right back in center stage to keep punishing them.
Yeah, one issue is that you just need to deal enough knockback to Roy to the point that you can actually set up into some of those offstage edge guards. Roy side B, my favorite move that can do a little bit of cheating at times, and boy oh boy is it cheating. Darkblade able to get a really clean kill there, just really exploiting that move and just how light Mewtwo can be sometimes.
Yeah, light move plus consistent way to finish off people. That is never a good combo. Darkblade, they followed V all the way down, hoping for an aggressive jump, but V did not give it to them. Great awareness from them as they use that nair to set up a tech chase. Can they get even more here at ledge? Down throw fair, that's going to be the stock for V.
Yeah, so just quickly evening up the stock count and the percent as well with a couple of up airs and up tilts, phenomenal juggles, just really pushing the advantage as far as it could go in that moment. Didn't fully commit to the grab at that point. I don't think it actually would have been a true combo from the Shadow Ball, hence that bit of hesitation. Uh-oh.
Yeah, jab back air though, another great way to confirm that kill. We're seeing a lot of confirms right here, Dara, and that's what I love to see. None of these players are messing up their standard bread and butters. They're all looking for these flashy plays, as this constant pressure right now from Roy.
Yep.
There's a lot for V Plus to handle.
Oh, I love the down throw, maybe anticipating a tech chase onto the platform, catching the DI out with a forwarder. This is as even of a game one that we could possibly get. It is still completely unknown as to who will take this. I will say Darkblade is the one that is consistently winning the most first interactions.
Great air dodge right there to avoid that trap, but if you get caught in it again, it could be all she wrote right there. Goes for the jab at ledge, not going to connect. V gets a nair. Can they convert it and anything more? No. Like you said, you got to stack enough damage on Roy where the damage doesn't matter. They get the 2-frame on the teleport. That time V goes low trying to snap to ledge, and it's going to be Darkblade going up 1-0 in the best of 5.
Yeah, a little bit tragic there with the pineapple at the end, but honestly, you're kind of stuck between a rock and under the PS2. If I'm gonna be honest, right? You have 3 options. 1, do that and SD, whatever. Second option, you can try to kind of like go high a little bit, right? Just like then like slowly drift to the ledge. Here's the issue. Other characters like Palutena are able to get away with that quite often. Why? Because she's just able to do that and immediately descend. Mewtwo is floating. Mewtwo cannot fast fall immediately after that. Even if Roy whiffs that neutrality because of how little N lag it has, he will be able to punish Mewtwo on a reaction and still be able to get a kill. And then the last option in that position, after you've already committed to up B, is going directly to the ledge, where you have to basically tell your opponent, do you have the execution? Do you have the execution to get this neutral B right now? I don't have any more mix-ups left in this position. This is just purely a test of endurance. And that was a situation that V found themselves in. Let's see how it's going to play out in game number 2, Kilo.
Yeah, still on PS2 right there. Undeterred by getting a little bit pineappled right there. V probably resolves to just not be put off stage. Not gonna happen though, as look at this coverage right here from Darkblade. Just keeps V above them, where they can continue these juggles. Goes out and smacks him with the fly swatter. V though, like you said, Mewtwo dump big. They're able to get back to stage.
Yep. Now just waiting, being a little bit patient here. Finds the F-throw just for a bit of stage control. This is really good. Oh, if they had just a medium Shadow Ball already ready to go, that might have been so big at that moment. Just keeping Roy stuck at the ledge. But I gotta say, Smash Ultimate and ledge jumps, specifically Roy and ledge jump, you're able to go so far.
Yeah, you are. As, look at that. They're on that platform already, retaking center stage thanks to that ledge jump. And now, with that nair, they're trying to extend this combo even farther. That time, though, Darkblade delays the forward air, goes deep, finishes the kill. V tries to pay them back in due time. They get a forward air of their own, though, and it's an even game.
Yeah, this is a really exciting set. Both players know exactly what is at stake here. They're fighting for a lot of money on the line, and who wouldn't want to give themselves and their school just a little bit of extra cash at this point? Okay, tries to go for the jab there. I like the immediate back away as soon as they recognized that, hey, this didn't connect. I'm going to try to reset the situation. Did not actually catch the jump out of shield in time. The Shadow Ball didn't deal any shield lag because of the angle that it hit the shield at. It ended up getting pushed away instead of properly dissipating on it.
And I love that. Understanding that the jabs are coming in, so going way high. V is able to escape the ledge trapping there, playing around this platform. Can they find a way to force Darkblade out from under it? They try to pressure with the nair, but they land in front of them. Drop shield F-tilt is enough. They mistime it. That execution death does not go their way. Jab goes into the forward air that time.
Yeah, doesn't find the back air, so hopefully Darkblade doesn't live to regret it. Gets the parry in between the multi-hits of neutral air. That is super tight. You gotta be so confident to be able to find a punish like that. Once again, V finds themselves off stage, but this coverage from Darkblade is all-encompassing. Confusion to stall the landing. Down throw, goes for the down smash, hard commitment. V! Wow!
Hard commits on the forward smash too, calls out that landing, and now you can see, you know what Darkblade wants, going for that jab right there. It's so safe, so difficult to deal with for so many characters. Goes for the down air at ledge as well. Now rising with that back air, Mewtwo's love to hit that ledge on the way up, but Darkblade doesn't fall for it. But you're out of a lot of the confirm ranges. Doesn't matter though, because just a falling up there is enough.
This is a really, really exciting match right now. I've got to say, I am enjoying this one, Kilo. Okay, stuck at the ledge, Roy off stage, no double jump. Super nasty place to be in, but I love the immediate fast fall. Cut your losses, up, be back on.
Exactly what they try and do. Back air, such a meaty hitbox, but now down throw, tech chase on the platform. V in a dangerous situation, but they land and get the jab. Now Darkblade, this percent continues to rack up for them. Oh, tech chase.
Yeah, they keep on going through all these disabled tech chases onto the platform. It has yet to connect a single time. I really want to see maybe like a confusion, or maybe just them buffering it. They're also like not really adjusting to the fact that Goy is a fast follower, so those tech chases are only setting up at later percents. Get up attack to get back on. This game is as even as it can be right now. Tries to maybe wait out an air dodge, but Darkblade chooses to land aggressively at that point. I love how much V is respecting these buttons from Goy, not trying to mess with any of it. Backing off, giving up the stage. But you give up a little bit too much and you might end up losing.
Yeah, Nair right there. Ooh, puts them in an uncomfortable situation. Goes for back air at ledge, but at this percent, confusion forward air, not going to work out. Gets the jab, but falls right down to the forward air there and pushing a button out of disadvantage, punishing them for even daring to try. Oh, this is V.
Oh, no.
This could be the end of the game right here. Darkblade goes back to center stage.
Yeah, quite literally Spaghetti only getting the noodle hit of the F-tilt. So unfortunate, but just run up dash attack. Run up dash attack for him. V is going to be able to do it. I don't know what Darkblade pressed. Maybe they pressed a spot dodge or a roll and they got caught up in the startup of it. But if it's a Roy and they're holding shield, the most probable outcome is that they're trying to jump out of shield. And V was able to catch that preemptively, able to get the stock, able to get the kill. And now it is 1-1 in the first set. Between these two schools. And honestly, what better way to have a finals? This is honestly poetic.
Yeah, this right here, I'm so glad it's happening the way it is, because Darkblade may not have gotten to use the full potential of their character in previous head-to-heads between them, but now you can see the reactions are on point. The confirms, too. I only saw one mess up with the jab back air, and that's not me saying, oh, they messed up. No, they were so consistent. They hit that jab, they got a follow-up. They got more damage off of it. If Darkblade hit one attack, then you knew more were coming. But V is starting to adapt as well. Can now on small battlefield, who is going to get the edge?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, and just already opening off with an immediate trade here. Dashing in, dashing out, able to get a Shadow Ball. Neutral spot dodge. I've got to say, V is just on top of their options. They're playing fast. Darkblade needs to slow it down. If you're getting run down by that many like immediate options that fast, you gotta slow it down. You gotta call them out on something a little bit silly. Make your opponent feel a little bit stupid for like pressing spot dodge like that. But right now, V is just getting away with it. Finds the sweet spot of F tilt, doesn't kill, and I love the delayed or like mix-up angle on up B.
Yes. Oh, just runs right off with that forward air. Darkblade was confident, but now you've got to reset that neutral. Oh, the delay on that dancing blade puts V above them. They go for another one at ledge. We've seen how that can kill at startling early percents, but the kill throw will come through. Darkblade is taken down.
Hitbox of the jab, also good DI on behalf of V. Not DIing it, keeping themselves alive a little bit longer, not getting hit by any Jills today. Gets the down tilt, tech chase setup, catching the misstack onto the platform, and the soft Shadow Ball was unsafe on hit. I'm pretty sure if Darkblade knew the situation better, they could have mashed a grab out, or then done like a spot dodge.
Yeah, they could have, but not this time. Oh, falling down from ledge with that forward air. That's great. Ooh, that nair. It's a little bit scary when you see all these single hits from Roy and no follow-up right there, but the scoop hitbox right there from the up smash is enough to put V ahead right there. Goes for the down smash out of the parry, but that's just going to invite a punish.
Alright, gonna be looking for the fallen up here. Not gonna be able to get anything quite yet. Ooh, nice little tech chase on the platform, but the wrong hitbox of neutral air. I believe Darkblade would have needed to drift in a little bit less to the left to actually get the string that they would have wanted.
Yeah. Ooh, goes for that falling nair. Oh, up B. Optimistic right there. But Darkblade is not getting punished as hard for it, and they're managing to keep V above them. However, they're not getting the optimal punish on these nairs a lot of the time. Those multi-hits, I mean, they're tricky. Anyone who's played Ultimate can tell you.
Okay, dashing in, just right into the Shadow Ball. Darkblade gonna be going off stage again. they're committing. They're committing a little bit much. They're able to get back on, but V is now just having more opportunities to get back onto the stage to then be able to reverse ledge trap, because look at the situation that we have in front of us. Whiffs the jab, dash back, down tilt, not going to be getting a tech chase as Darkblade just immediately presses another button, and instead of opting to ledge trap, Darkblade gives up stage. You give up stage, you're stuck at the ledge against Mewtwo, you get your air dodge red, now V has all of the momentum that they could possibly want, and they are mixing to oblivion and beyond.
Oh, and you're getting caught out by a lot of the traps that Mewtwo has. Getting caught by aerials at ledge, the scoop hitbox when you try and fall through the platform. Either way, you land on the platform, you land below it, you're still going to be caught in the lag. That's still going to be V going up 2-1 in this series. And after how close that second game was, with how much V dominated there, Darkblade's got to be sweating a little bit.
There are two big habits in Darkblade's play that V was able to take full advantage of. Number one, we saw it time and time again. In the first game, it worked out a bunch. There was not a lot of mid-game adaptation to the fact that we're gonna forward drop down, double jump, up B back to stage was working. It was not happening. V was able just to see this forward happen and just say, hey, you know what? I'm getting back onto stage. You do whatever it is you're doing. I know the space that I shouldn't be occupying. Avoids it successfully, makes it back on. Number two, those up Bs out of shield. It's a good move. If you whiff it, especially if you're at kill percent, you'll die. And Darkblade died at the end for it. They were using it as a way to be able to armor through the multi-hits of Mewtwo's neutral air, which I really, really like, but it is a committal if you whiff it. And if you do whiff it, you don't have a lot of mix in that position, and we are seeing the switch to the Weef It. I think this is a good choice. Darkblade needs something new.
Yeah, I agree, but this is something that isn't warmed up. It's untested right here. How's it going to fare out in this land? We're going to see so far as that Shadow Ball, that's confirmed, gets into that jab, 34%. But at the moment, these stray hits from Darkblade have gotten more percent than V can offer.
And I'm gonna say, I love the way that V has already been so keen to implement their slingshotting, getting the down air spike through the stage, phenomenal stuff. But they're making Mewtwo, like, deceptively safe in ways that he wasn't before, with, like, a lot of slingshots. We saw it again, right? That little bit of a back away. We're seeing it this time to approach, but now Darkblade has other business. Just popping out an F smash, able to get the kill.
Yeah, especially with how much Mewtwo gets off of that forward air. At low percent it can combo, at higher percent it kills. And when you're down there, you don't need the forward air. The down air will do just fine. They see you stuck in that deep breathing. They're like, okay, no, I can make it back from the depths, and you are not coming back.
Yeah, like, I've got to say, V is cooking. V has so much momentum behind them. Darkblade saying, you do that, maybe I can do it too. They did not. They committed off stage once again. Now they need a way to be able to get back on. But if it's Weef It, they love planking. You know, it's what they do best. But gets the down throw into the forwarder? Not quite yet. That time Darkblade air dodged. I wonder if we're going to see a repeat of last time. Where V...
Deep breathing off stage is a death sentence. They're done. They're asphyxiated, as that will be the second time we see deep breathing off stage as just a blinking red light that says, hit me, hit me.
Yep.
That's all they're doing. And oh my gosh, the fact that V was able to convert that too, it's impressive, it's precision, but it was still a very big weakness that, well, V saw and they exploited.
Yeah. Big thing to always remember, Weef It loves being off stage, squirrel in a tree, fish in the water. They love planking, they love stalling out there. Header, deep breathing, header, sun salutation, header, air dodge, up B. Weef It has some of the best off-stage stalling tools and benefits for the most from it because she is able to consistently heal out there, be it through deep breathing or through a charged sun salutation. However, you gotta take into account, you gotta factor in, you are going up against Mewtwo. You are fighting Mewtwo. Mewtwo is floaty. He is able to go deep. He has phenomenal maneuverability, especially off stage. He can do Shadow Ball B-reverse backers, for instance, to immediately turn himself around. He is able to go deep because his double jump is so big. His up B sends at such an amazing distance. Mewtwo can go the extra mile. Weef It is not safe out there. You typically think you can just go through deep breathing? Absolutely not. You need to have air dodge ready. You need to be ready to get out of that position and just cut your losses with confidence. Aggressive, going out with full spike and an early forward kill, he was killing it.
Yeah, they certainly were. I mean, literally killing it. But also, I feel like it was a bit of an aspect of V was able to bring their player knowledge from the set against Roy over to this one. Because some of the things that V was doing right away were not something you see. Like, usually, Wii Fits, they're like, okay, I can get at least a couple deep breathings off stage before they feel confident enough to punish me off stage. That was not what we were seeing right there. In this scenario, it was more that, well, the second you are off stage, it is going to be all she wrote for you. I mean, V, I gotta, again, commend the confidence. Commend the ability to be like, you know what, no, I don't have to wait to see the timing. I don't have to wait to see what their habits are. I'm just going all the way off.
Yeah, for sure. So we have another set, I believe, queued up ahead of us. Now that's going to be putting GVHS up 1-0. But I will say, I feel like this is tentative. I still feel like this isn't anybody's set to be able to take home here. Anybody's prize to be able to take. We will next be seeing AJ's representing Garnet Valley High School going up against BBG. So this is going to be an interesting one. Joker Pac-Man. Now, I think there is a very important thing to consider in this kind of a matchup. Pac-Man, you know, typically a lot of his game plan is put down hydrant, charge up bonus food, haha, funny shenanigans ensue. Joker has the unique ability of having Neutral B in his arsenal. Because Neutral B is not a regular projectile, it will not stop at the first thing that it hits. It is, in reality, a massive, massive disjoint. So it's able to hit both past the hydrant and also Pac-Man. He's going to be able to get inconsistently with down gun. He's going to be able to get inconsistently with regular side gun. I mean, yeah.
So, gotta watch out for these guns, and we did definitely see that A-James, their gun movement as well was great. Oh, they're actually saved from that true combo by the hydrant pushing them away. Fun little interaction right there. We'll certainly see more of that with how much both these players use all their options.
Okay, gets the back end, tries to get a little something going with all these up airs, a whole lot of trade, and now at 45%, Pac-Man is outside of his B&B range. Hydrant out there actually giving a little bit of a momentum boost to Joker. F-tilt, really nice stuff.
Yes, ooh, rolls right into that F-tilt as well. A-James demonstrating their mastery of ledge trapping right here, catching them going to the ledge as well. That ledge jump is not enough to get BBG out of harm's way. For the forward smash, not going to connect it. A tech chase right there, but the Galaxian does not hit home. That time it does, though, but they're not able to finish off the ladder.
Yeah, just so much damage, but other than up smash, more than enough to be able to take it out any day of the week. Now, all of a sudden, this is a very nice lead. Pac-Man does struggle to get kills if he does not connect the bell, because he needs a raw F-smash. He needs some sort of a really funny setup to be able to get it going. If you don't already have that innate momentum, you will struggle to kill. The question is, can BBG execute on this?
At that time, I love to see that from BBG. They're able to continue to put on this pressure. Ooh. We talked about BBG's low percent game a lot. And we see that they're already up to 128. But like you said, finding that kill is the main obstacle. Look at that. They're even trying to go for down air. A move that Pac-Man mains will claim isn't useful, but it does end up killing. But if you're forced to resort to that, that means you're already exhausting so many of your options. BBG is struggling already.
Okay, now just gonna be controlling the stage once again.
Oh.
It's such a nasty position to be in. You can make this. I lied. Perhaps I lied. I was being a little bit untruthful on the mic today, folks. Now 3-1 stock lead. A-James sitting pretty, looking confident right about now. BBG was not able to get bell in hand. Remember when I said about Pac-Man struggling to kill without setup? He doesn't have anything set up.
Yeah, and even though Pac-Man boxes like an A-tier, it is still just A-tier boxing, and up against A-James, that is not enough. A-James is gonna put you in the early grave with that down air. That is going to be a dominant 3-stock to open things up. There were some nice bits of punish game coming out early on from BBG, but as soon as we got into the latter stages of that game, it was the James show all day long.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna be jumping into the next game here. Ultimately, this came down to the fact that Pac-Man, he exceeds in being able to play keep away game. But Pac-Man, much like other characters in the game, like Sonic, do not play good from a deficit. They do not have comeback mechanics innately built into them. They play well with the lead because they're able to then dictate the pace of the match. They do not respond well to going around somebody else's pace, to imposing or bending to the will of somebody else. We saw BBG struggle with that. They lost their first stock, and then it was just a game of cat and mouse, and they didn't have enough time to get Hydrant going. They didn't have enough time to get fancy Galaxian at ledge setups. There was not a whole lot of Pac-Man stuff happening. Game number 2, it is within that first minute that a Pac-Man will know whether or not they win that game. You gotta play patient, you gotta play slow, you gotta play keep away, and keep Joker away from you at all costs.
Yeah, and we did see a lot of great movement from BBG, but it was a lot of empty movement. A-James uses the Hydrant, showing a great awareness in this matchup to go in for a sliding F-tilt right there. They try to go for it again, but instead they just full hop over the grab, get even more damage, even stocks right now.
Okay, F-throw, gonna be setting up a bit of a tech chase, maybe not quite, not enough knockback to be able to do so. Dash is back. That was such good situational awareness. BBG waited for the win box, was like, you know what, you're gonna feed this to me, aren't you? And as a result, was just able to get a very nice light punish.
Yeah, they were as, ooh, that is just going to be a lot of respect for Arsene, a lot of respect for Tetracon, as BBG, like you said, slowing the pace of this game now. They understand that it is decided early on who's going to be the winner, and they're forcing A-James into such an uncomfortable situation. Key goes straight through him. Oh, Arsene! Is that another one? What?
I don't even know at this point. I don't even know what I could even tell you, but oh, you gotta watch out for that melon. Super, super menacing. Okay, the Hydrant is primed. Apple and Hydrant in hand simultaneously. A-James, though, somehow able to maneuver past it. Okay, is this gonna be the punish? Not quite. Expecting a cross-up. Does not matter. Really good whiff punish on the grab. You can't be whiffing that as Pac-Man, one of the laggiest buttons, but wow, just able to successfully grab through the counter.
Yeah, Bell charged up as well. An opportunity right here. Oh, wait, no, they don't. As that orange is actually the extension that they needed. A-James does go off the side, but for the moment, this is looking a lot better from BBG. Gets the spot dodge punish right there, and they're just going into box. This is what I was saying in their initial game, their initial debut. They're great at changing up the pace and making it so that even though they're not winning as hard anymore, they're making it so A-James doesn't know what to expect.
Okay, this is just about as even as it could be at this point. One up B, though, not enough to actually get the up B out of doing a little bit too much knockback. You would have needed to jump again to actually successfully connect it. Okay? Ooh, really good weight. That was such good awareness for BBG, not mashing or pressing buttons immediately, waited for the best possible time, and was able to get a good couple hits out of it to boot.
Yeah, great stuff right now. Back air to shield, though, will even things up, put BBG in the corner, but falling into that grab range, into the tractor beam, that's enough for A-James to be put off stage, but they're immediately back to center stage. Landing there right there. Can they get anything more? No. Galaxian, oh, they just go through it. They elect to catch it instead.
Okay, now just has them off stage. Once again, going to be looking for the down guns, trying to set something up with Hydrant. Does not matter. That was just not an angle that it would be hitting anybody. A-James got a little bit lost in the sauce, and then as a result, BBG was just able to make it back on. Now, behind Hydrant, this is where Pac-Man wants to be. Game's even, that's totally fine. What are you going to do, tunnel vision? Hit the Hydrant? Absolutely not. BBG just has their setups on point, catches the end lag. That does not kill, though.
Yeah, still able to snap back to ledge. Arsene almost online as well. Oh, a reversal right there. Beautiful stuff right there. BBG demonstrating their knowledge, but all this knowledge is not enough to get the kill quite yet. That is where Pac-Man is struggling, has been struggling since the very beginning, 169%, and still, this might as well be an even game with Arsene on the field. One little tap, that's all you need from either player.
Yeah, just really, really gentle stuff. But again, Pac-Man does not have as many tools to initiate. Look what happens when you whiff in the face of Joker, especially in the face of Joker with Arsene on deck. 178%. We might be living for still an indefinite amount of time until BBG actually gets this kill move out. Everything Pac-Man needs to kill with is occasionally committal. Now just throwing out the orange, setting up an edge guard, 1-2 piece. Are they going to get the 3 piece? Not quite.
Oh, and now they're in an offstage situation, but you don't edge guard Pac-Man, and that's exactly why. The hitboxes are ludicrous, and even Joker's Nair is not enough to contend.
Yeah, that was a bit of a funny interaction. I really did not expect that to go the way that it did. Have you seen Pac-Man up B kill at that point? I did not. But at 200, anything is possible. BBG now getting a little bit too tunnel visioned into their own Hydrant. A-James just jumping in for free.
As calls out the jumps right here. A-James, because of how much more they can maneuver around these platforms, they're making it so BBG can never comfortably commit to, well, jumping, but landing in front of them. Any empty land like that, even landing with an aerial, is not safe when that grab is out. That's the second time BBG has caught them with that. Probably not, even more times.
Okay, orange in hand. Oh my goodness, forcing out the double jump for BBG. I gotta say, I respect that.
Oh!
That's gonna be the counter. That is gonna be the kill. A-James successfully takes that game as well. That was phenomenal resource management. Able to use Pac-Man's own tools against him. It does not matter that the orange didn't connect. Most importantly, it did the job. It got rid of the double jump, so Pac-Man can only do one of two things. Up B or side B, both of which Joker can successfully counter to be able to take that dub.
And that, well, that is the kind of counter you only do when you're fully confident. And that is exactly what I saw from A-James. I mean, it took him a while. It took him a lot of experimenting, a lot of poking and prodding, a lot of playing with the hydrant while you watch them recover. And then you go down for that counter. No overcommitments, just clean gameplay, amazing punishes, and weaving in and out of these minefields that we saw BBG setting up.
Yeah, for sure. It's that last stock mix-up. It gets him all the time. You know, if I'm BBG at that moment, I'm like thinking, hey, I'm going to get back to the stage nice and safe. I'm going to up B back on. I'm going to side B back on. Life is good. Well, not good enough, apparently. You're getting countered. What are you going to do about it? Well, you got to hold on to that double jump like there is no tomorrow. At that point, BBG could have done like a Z catch on the orange instead of actually jumping over it, because that inevitably sealed their doom. Game 3 on Town and City, I've got to say this is a lovely stage for the Joker as well. So many potential plat extensions.
And look at the way they're using down guns to approach a lot more to open it out. But it's not enough as BBG using these fair trains to keep A-James in the corner. They go for an early kill, and that's actually going to put them in disadvantage. But they nair right out of it. And now they go for the grab, but Arsene gets them through the grab. And now A-James is able to use Arsene to try and go down to punish them. Not going to get the follow-up, though.
$5.99. That is the price that you have to pay to be able to avoid Pac-Man grab. Oh my goodness, A-James just out-privileged BBG at every step of the way. BBG now in a nasty position. They have to side B, tries to go for the counter.
Oh.
Okay, this could still be it. You can still counter, but A-James doesn't choose to commit to it.
Yeah, at that point, you had already whiffed one, and I understand the pressure. A-James didn't want to go for it, and they're still able to finish off the stock anyway. But if you're not committing when you know you can, that could be something BBG could exploit going forward.
Okay, a little bit of upguns, not something that you see particularly often. Getting a couple of pokes in. Now, oh my goodness, if A-James picked up that bell, that could have been real scary for BBG. So BBG just letting out a sigh of relief. What's going to be the next setup? Melon in hand. Gets the good jump call out, but that's not the sweet spot of back here. That's only the late hit.
And A-James just keeps getting rocketed up in the air by that fire hydrant. They punish the grab that time with a side B, but the extension with the orange, honestly, I'm more scared of BBG's oranges than any other projectile. They use that linear path so well.
Yeah, for sure. And now just once again, just has BBG off stage, has them in the corner. They can't seem to be able to make it back on. I love the respect on the side B. A-James just acknowledged, hey, I don't have enough time to be able to whiff punish this move, but I can at least reset the situation, set up into another edge guard. But oh no! Somebody didn't get out there with the counter fast enough.
Yeah, and that's the scary thing about edgeguarding Pac-Man. Even if you do it completely right, you press a little too late and you're dead. You're gone. Yeah. See ya, sayonara. And that is exactly what A-James has in the back of their head. If they try and go for that again, if they try and go for a setup like that again, it could be a little bit more of a fear factor. As BBG gets popped up in the air by the EHA, can they follow up?
Okay, the hydrant kind of interrupting their momentum at some funny places. Had the hydrant gone for another win box, that might have been able to push BBG off stage. But luckily, they're still here. They're living, they're chilling. Doesn't snap to the ledge, only gets the bonk. A-James now fishing for the kill, and BBG used that whiff down smash as the opening to get back on. Not for too much longer, the situation keeps on recycling.
Yes, going for these rising back airs. Oh, a whiffed grab, but a little bit of a spaghetti. You knew what your option was, but A-James wasn't able to quite follow it up. Lands with down guns right there, but Key is just a get-off-me tool at this low of a percent.
Oh, such a good air dodge. BBG just able to successfully avoid the side B. Good jump call out. You have Joker in the corner, but you press a little bit too soon. Oof. That counter was so dissonant. I didn't see it coming. BBG didn't see it coming. And now they're on their last stock.
Okay, and now on this last stock, you get caught by the Arsene jab. This is damage racking up 38% before Arsene even goes away, but a back throw, an edge guard, this could be it. Oh, but not the stock for them. They try to go for a side B on stage, and that just gives AJ a little bit of a meal, but wow.
Okay, A James, now just once again, edge guarding BBG, has them in the corner, has them locked out there. Just gonna be really, really patient in this next interaction, but when you have this kind of a lead, that's gonna be the air dodge punish. You can't neutral air dodge that. You just have to take the hit, because now you're stuck in a corner, arguably a worse position than you started out in.
Yes. Ooh, BBG. They fall down. They go for the grab. They get the sliding grab. Covers so much area. Might as well be a tether grab. As now BBG, they try to get back onto that stage. They're holding on to this platform. They just want the back throw. They didn't do it, though. Oh, would it not have killed?
I feel like it would have. It's Town and City. It's 120%. It would have killed. And now you see BBG fishing.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Do it again. God damn it.
But it's not going to happen. A-Jame's too intelligent.
Okay. BBG now just needs a way to be able to get off the ledge, but then that get up attack misspaced and just runs into the F tilt. Just like that. That's going to be A-James taking another set for GVHS, now giving them a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, and wow. That felt, you could feel the adaptation coming out from BBG right there. They started out, well, at a standstill. They got 3 stock, but let's not sugarcoat it. But then they came back swinging. They almost won that game 2. And in that game 3, you could feel the wheels turning. You could feel them almost there, but ultimately not able to close it out in the end. The momentum that James had built early on was too much to contend with.
Yeah, it was just ultimately a lot of coverage, a lot of smothering. It was very, very difficult for Pac-Man to sort of get out of some of the positions and situations that A-James was able to successfully set up. We saw a really telling moment, down throw into up air, the up air lift because they ended up going through an air dodge. Well, that's okay. I'm joking. I'm faster than you. I have enough time to go through the back air. I was able to set up into another edge guard. That's sort of a similar situation. That same mantra was just sort of echoed over and over the course of that set. A-James was able to find in, able to cover almost all of BBG's options, and then just able to get so many hits. Pac-Man does not have the wildest combo game that's not as telegraphed after the first 50%. First 50%, sure. Forward, up air, you name it, he's able to do it. After then, Galaxian sometimes, Fruit Stuff sometimes, you only get pokes and pokes and pokes. BBG struggled to kill. A-James did not.
No, not at all. Between the ledge trapping, we saw that forward tilt right at the end there, the drag down setups, even just the way they used back air, the way they set up those back air walls with that double jump back air and then fall down with another back air, it creates just a two-pronged wall that a lot of characters struggle to get around. And it just covers options, like you said, faster than BBG could do anything about besides respect it.
Yeah, but now, Kilo, we have our potentially final set ahead of us. This is going to be a really, really scary one. So consider this. We have seen nothing but clean sweep 3-0s today. I really hope that's not going to be the case today. We're going to be seeing TW go up against XYZ the Banjo-Kazooie. This is a battle of the zoners. Who will be able to impose their game plan stronger? Who will be able to impose their will and make the other approach?
Yeah, we saw both of these go up against pretty scary characters to fight, characters who could invalidate a lot of the zoning they were doing. XYZ had some crazy movement to get them through it. TW stuck to their clean game plan that let them edge guard characters like Bowser. Can they do it again in this setup? Remains to be seen as there we go. Ooh, just rolls in but doesn't catch the tech chase. Even percent, pretty much dead on.
Yep. Just going to be slowing down the pace of the match a little bit, able to get the jump call out. TW was on the platform, XYZ was grounded. You're just going to be able to full hop over the other very, very basic trigonometry at that point. Now, zoning each other out, TW looking for that opening, but committing a little bit too much to the boomerang. It has more end lag than people think, and if you jump over it, you can get a punish.
Yes. Ooh, nice little bomb recovery. We only saw one bomb recovery from TW as, oh, getting caught on the ground with projectiles out. It's not enough to keep you safe, TW, as they go for that falling fair. Falling fair one into forward smash, break shield with the 0%.
My
but
God.
they did, oh no.
Wow.
What even broke it?
The F Smash 1 did not connect into the F Smash 2. Did a little bit of too much knockback, but that's okay. TW didn't take too many hits for that exchange. Still able to get the whip punish onto Wonder Wing, found the F tilt. Now all of a sudden the percents, you know, very, very slight differential. Anything can be evened up with like one good back heel from Link at this point. But I gotta say, XYZ is applying so much pressure. TW is feeling like they're at the dentist. They're getting opened up, and it's just gonna be a little bit of pressure, when in reality you are feeling nothing but pain.
Oh, that egg right there. I think that might have messed up what TW's inputs when they're trying to do the bomb recovery. It goes to show that in a careful situation, one little tap is all you need to mess up your opponent's timing.
Okay, just needs a way to be able to land here, gets the down throw into the up air. I really like that. I think they might have had enough time to actually go for like a grab to be able to cover the shield. But now look at this. You're stuck at the ledge. You're getting your immediate mash called out with the neutral air, sent back off stage. XYZ is setting up these situations over and over. This is so good for them.
Yeah, it is. Oh, and they still have 8 more potential Wonder Wings to work with. Gets the bury on the side of the platform. Calls out the early mash as well with the nair. And a down air too. See, it feels like XYZ's movement is just too much to contend with for TW. They just keep popping them away. You were talking about how Flame Breath would have been good. Those eggs bouncing off the stage are even better.
Okay, gonna be just setting up another ledge trap here. Looking for a down tilt. Just able to get an immediate drop down for it, but you're at 130. It's inevitable. You're just gonna get your jump called out at that point. Even if XYZ whiffed it, they're not gonna die for that kind of a commitment either. They guessed, and they just so happened to guess right. They're able to take that stock, take that game. All of a sudden, now it is a 1-0 lead for XYZ. I've got to say, the light is fading for AGHS. It is fading, and they need to pull a fast one.
Yeah, Garnet Valley, they are on the precipice, 2 games away from being the champion. And, well, they got a lot to play for, too. XYZ, I talked about how high maintenance their playstyle seemed, and it's astounding to me that it doesn't feel like they've ever slipped up. It doesn't feel like they've ever slowed down at all. That's just muscle memory for them.
Yeah. So, we're going into the next game here. I'm trying to think about what could have gone a little bit better for TW. There were, I think, some spacing issues. One of which being some boomerangs were a little bit too close. If you misangle your boomerang, that's fine. I think that was supposed to be an up-angled boomerang. That was a little bit too high up. Became an up B, and XYZ was able to find a whiff punish. Oh my goodness, what an opening.
Yeah, if you remember the start of that first game, they traded back and forth for a while before the confirms became a little too powerful, but I love that. They go for that hard read on the roll-in, does not end up computing. Oh, now falling down, you can see what exactly what XYZ wants. XYZ trying their best to set up a confirm with that bomb egg, but from across the stage, they can't quite find a way to land. This Town and City FD variant is so difficult for Banjo to navigate. No platforms.
Oh my goodness, that was almost the setup. XYZ, though, a little bit too far to the left side of the stage to be able to successfully connect it. Now just applying this pressure, keeping TW stuck at a corner. Side B from downtown is going to be able to connect. Only the late hit, though, so not going to kill. Damage is damage. It's even. Down throw, up smash, or up tilt, more than enough to be able to do it. GG's.
Yeah, just the high kick to send you off. Oh, they go up very high, but instead they get a bomb egg for their troubles. XYZ continues the pressure, continues to just put them with these eggs, but that hard-hitting forward air will be enough to finish the stock.
Yeah, much like the last game, 32 and 0%, almost identical even. But XYZ, I feel like, is catching TW on a lot of anti-jumps. Some of these are really, truly not the best. Oh, they tried to cheat. Oh my goodness, Kilo. That could have been it.
Yeah, but holding this bomb is so good. It's like Snake holding a grenade. The fact that you're able to just say, no, I don't want to get hit by the final hit of that move. Like, that's exactly what they're able to do right there. Now TW trying to get this finish right there with the long-range bomb. They're able to do it. Up 2 stocks to 1 over XYZ.
Okay, now TW with a very gentle yet volatile lead at any given moment. Things are subject to change. XYZ, though, just making the most out of TW's own projectile. Getting another poke. The double poke gets shoved into the blast zone. That is going to be the stock. That was phenomenal resourcefulness from XYZ. So creative in the moment.
It really was, and you can see they're feeling that momentum now. TW struggling to get a hit in, but that one nair, is that enough to mess up the momentum? No, jab in the wrong direction. Now it's time for XYZ to put on a show. He gets a couple eggs out, but then hits him with a hard-hitting fist. Now answered back immediately by TW. Can they get any more? They go for an up B. Could that have been it? That might have been a messed up B reverse again. Oh.
Stuck at the ledge once again, finds the 2 frame down smash. Those 2 frame down smashes do not be connecting often, but when you need it most, it comes in so clutch, just like that. XYZ able to take game number 2. That was a wild game. Positions, percents, leads, exchanging constantly. TW, though, at the end of that game, something just happened. Something just happened with XYZ. They took that bomb. They looked at their own bomb and said, I am going to take your stock with your own child. And they sure did. That was brutal and a little bit disrespectful. That was amazing stuff, and they were just able to ride that momentum all the way to winning that game.
Oh my gosh. It's like when you're like trying to like just sort of nudge your pet out of the way. You're like, no, you're just a little bit farther that way, a little bit farther that way, and you can't quite get them to go, but slowly but surely, tap by tap, you're able to usher them exactly where you want. I mean, oh my gosh, going straight in. Both these players, they're not switching. There's no random counter picks. It is all business right now.
Yeah, Battlefield for game number 3. I feel like this is a stage that both of them equally benefit off of, but then also like Banjo up through up air extensions, you're able to get a lot of stuff. You're able to position a lot of really unique pressure as well and catch link landings. We're seeing this, right? Down beyond platforms, Banjo on the ground. How do you land? The answer is not at all, because TW has yet to get a single hit in.
Yeah, as woo, they're able to almost extend that into more damage. That forwarder at low percents can get a surprising amount done, but instead, it is going to be, tries to land with that bomb, but I love that XYZ doesn't challenge that top platform, even though TW wants them to. They want them to badly, as 145, only stray hits right here from TW. Oh, that high recovery is enough to get TW back on the stage. Can they get any more from it? No.
Okay, sitting up with the side B. Oh my goodness, the boomerang ping pong TW. That was a phenomenal combo there. Really good awareness, really good setup. Able to get the up B, and against all odds, TW took that first stock. The question is, can they hold on to this lead? XYZ needs a grab, needs a jump call out, and they find it. Banjo-Kazooie with a menacing punching forward, just able to knock out TW.
As, I love this right here. TW playing a lot around these fall-through platform aerials. They're a lot more difficult to punish, a lot more versatility right there. But that falling back air, it evens up the percents. XYZ, even when they go down, they never feel out. They always just back up and resume their game plan, and they always have that no-nonsense check in the form of that Wonder Wing.
Fast button, fast, big, strong button that moves through stuff and is so ridiculously active. And boy oh boy is XYZ exploiting that. Gets the grab, neutral air, tries to go for the drag down, but in this case, the platform actually ended up messing up the combo. They would have needed to do a full hop to drift in more to actually get it. That side B though, more than enough to be able to take it. Really, really good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, bomb goes high, but Banjo goes higher. And for even trying to punish them, even more damage. TW eating a lot of unnecessary percent right here as XYZ looks for their opportunity on this platform. You got to remember, if XYZ finishes off this last stock, that's it for Avon Grove High School. So TW fighting for their school's life.
Only the back hit of up smash, and also it's Battlefield. Banjo is quite heavy. He's not dying to that anytime soon. Now, one good forward from Link is going to be able to do it at this point. One good smash attack. Link does struggle to kill unless he sets up those edge guards. Really good bomb. Now is he going to be able to get the second one? Not quite yet. XYZ, this is their stock to take. Doesn't find the F smash.
Up smash, is that it? Yes, right off the top, and that is going to be it. A 3-0 over TW, a 3-0 over Avon Grove High School, and it's going to be Garnet Valley High School winning the 2022 PIEA Spring Championships.
Kilo, it is exactly as you foretold. When you brought it up last time, the set record between the two, that Garnet Valley High School took it over to Avon Grove, I started to lose a little bit of my confidence in Avon Grove, and rightfully so. Wow, Garnet Valley, they came alive today, and that was honestly some phenomenal play. Everybody that we've seen from them, only the first three players, we never went to a game 4 or game 5 all day long. The Mewtwo, explosive, high-octane action, always so good and solid with their follow-ups. A-James just playing the matchup as solidly as they can. Really good option coverage. And then Banjo-Kazooie, just honestly so clutch in the best possible moments. That means they will be taking $1,250 back home for their school. Really amazing stuff, while, you know, still placing in a respectable second place. Avon Grove going to be taking $750.
Yeah, and real quick, let's just take a look at this bracket to see how we got here. Avon Grove, they had a pretty dominant performance earlier today against Mannheim Township with, a lot of clippable moments. Go back and watch that series if you want to. And Garnet Valley, similar performance right there. Nazareth area did test them quite a few times, but ultimately it was always Garnet Valley coming out on top. And again, Garnet Valley looked so prepared in this LAN environment. When Darkblade opened up really strong against V+, I thought it might be different, but eventually Garnet Valley was able to repeat history and take home the championship, get that first place prize. But
wow,
with that, we are going to go to a brief little break because this is one PIEA event, but there's another one coming up tomorrow, and we want to hear a little bit from the hosts of that event, the head coach of Widener University. It's going to be Devin H, giving you a little more info.
My name is Devin Hartnett, and I'm the head coach of esports at Widener University. Widener got involved with PIEA by hosting their VALORANT finals. At Widener, we like to recruit as many students as possible for our esports program, and I think esports starting at a young age, you know, we have kids that are looking to aim to college for these esports programs, and I think like reaching out to local high schools is the way to go. Esports provides a sense of community that, you know, I think is missed with traditional sports, and it just provides a home for people that might not necessarily have one, or, you know, wouldn't normally fit in with everybody else. Being able to play in a structured league as a high school student just gives you a very unique experience, and being part of like esports culture, as well as like can prepare you for, you know, competing in college if that's something you choose to pursue in the future. Widener's honored to be able to host the VALORANT finals for PIEA. Good luck to everybody competing. I look forward to watching you all perform, and looking forward to hopefully recruiting some of you myself.
VALORANT finals tomorrow, Smash finals today were great. And honestly, I gotta say, right off the bat, Pennsylvania is known for having a very young esports scene, and I mean tangibly young. Like, a lot of 14, 15-year-old players are ranked statewide, and it shows right here. These kids, they're kind of cracked.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, if you aren't already, consider looking into the local scenes. This goes to like all of the players that we've seen today. You know, going from high school, like my own like Smash Club to like events, has been both like life and career changing for me in many regards. There is a very beautiful, wide, and vast community ready to accept you, and it's a really good time. You're gonna run into competition. If you think you're full of yourself, if you think you're good, you're gonna get humbled really quick, because there is so many people that are so much better. It is a really, really beautiful community, and something that you want to be a part of. Everybody, thank you so much for having us. I am, of course, Instagram. You can find me at Durgamgalia on Twitter. You can find Kilo at Kilo Miles. And Kilo, any final thoughts before we finish off with today?
Just be sure to tune in again to the VALORANT finals tomorrow. It's going to be at Widener University. It's going to be a great time. Hope to see you all there. But for now, I've been Kilo Miles. This has been Dara. We will see you all another time.